Avast and ahoy once again to ye mateys! I be your dangerously clear-headed and sober DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more satisfaction than if I had just drunk 14 Irishmen under the table to welcome me back to Corsair's Cove and our second season in my new Humblewood world of Monsters and Magic. Above me, I have my hearty crew, the lascivious Karen Schlink, the lamentable Brendan Ellis, the lugubrious Lux Towns, who will be joining us later, and the loquacious Daria, surname redacted, who has also created our character art and our chat emotes. Check out the new Nat 1 and Nat 20. So let's talk about these wonderful people. Though I just want to show off those cool 1s and 20s, aren't they wicked? Let's talk about these people. Brendan, we started with you last week. I think it's only fair we continue that new tradition. Brendan, who the heck are you?
Well, I'm lamentable, apparently. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Had fun with those ones today. Lots of L's.
I guess it's better than others.
You could be catabatic.
Be what?
I'll need to look that up. Oh no, we discussed that at some point.
Catabatic.
Yeah. That's one for those at home to look back in previous VODs and figure out the definition. I'm Brendan Ellis. I am an actor and director. I am directing a show at the moment. It opens next week, next Thursday in fact, so I won't be here next week. But it's called The Last Days of Judas Iscariot. It is pretty cool. I gave a direction the other week to say, I want you to say the word poggers in this part of the scene. So one of my favourite directions I've ever given. It's a cool show. It's a little bit blasphemous, but it makes you think, and it makes you cry, and it makes you laugh, and it makes you stimulated.
Ooh, that's blasphemous.
That's me.
I think my favourite direction I can remember giving, and I don't really remember the context, but I remember nipple level.
Yeah, that was.
I remember the context.
You hold the sheet at nipple level.
Yeah, we had to fold. We had to hold the sheet to represent the altar in Romeo and Juliet, and we were instructed to hold it at nipple level.
Yeah. It was. Hey, look, it worked. Everybody got it even. Karen, who the heck are you?
We're just lucky that our nipples were level. Otherwise, it would have been really weird.
Yeah, look.
Let's not talk about the context of that show.
No. Karen, who are you?
Hi, I'm Karen. I am a writer, a performer, voice artiste. You can hear my lovely voice on the podcast, There Be Dragons, link in chat. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mother of Bunnies, where I managed to get the Greens Party on Twitter to respond to one of my tweets, which is kind of fun. You can also follow me on Instagram as my sexy alter ego, Miss Lola Moore, who is performing in a show at Planet Royale in Perth, Western Australia, should you live there. Not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after, at 7 p.m. Spectacle de Vaudeville? Yes, I think we put the de. Spectacle de Vaudeville. VIP booths are apparently sold out, but you can still hook yourself a VIP booth.
What's a VVIP booth?
I don't know.
Very important person?
Yeah, I guess they're just a bit nicer.
Okay.
That this is the latest news from the official Instagram account, so
Sure.
who am I to question? So if you want to be a VVIP, you're shit out of luck, but you can still manage to be a VIP if you get in fast.
All right, cool. Well, Daria, who the heck are you?
Yes, I'm Daria. Apparently I'm loquacious, which for once I know what that word means.
Hey!
And yeah, I'm an artist. I also love playing D&D. Obviously, I play here and I play on the Eldritch Scribe on Mondays. So yeah, that's me. Unfortunately, I am not able to check out the beautiful show where people say poggers, but in spirit, I'm with you, Brendan. I hope it goes well.
I'll sit in the audience with a Zoom link open for you.
Oh, I would actually vibe with that heavily.
Well, fortunately, I know the director, so I'll check if it's okay with him. It's like, no, I don't think you understand. I know the director. Cool.
He says to me,
So, Brendan, that's cool, right?
Madame and Monsieur
Ask me
Dame
off
under Herring.
air.
Yeah. I'll run it by you later. Guys, I'm Josh the Pirate. I'm the DM and storyteller for this evening. And we're going to be telling the story of Havier, who has promised me that he will be joining us later. Unfortunately, he is unavoidably detained this evening. Another thing is, Karen and I had a bit of a shitty start to our year. But it's nothing compared with what the people of Ukraine are currently dealing with. So if you have any spare pennies in the kitty, it would be freaking awesome if you could click on that link that I put up there in the chat right now, and donate to the Emergency Action Appeal, because they are doing it rough. 8 million Ukrainians currently don't have a place to sleep, which is like out of the elements, and that's sucky for them. So this will help with that. If you could see a way to doing that, it'd be super groovy of you. I must also remind our shapely, well-rounded, and possibly even buxom audience, real audiences have curves, to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things. We have all the ! Socials, you bloody champions. And I've nearly brought the YouTube back up to speed! YouTube. All of the Mano a Mano is up there now, and I'll be getting around to this one tomorrow. Yes, you can check all of that out. What else do I need to say? Mateys, may you be the edgiest person in your party, and all your fireballs be amplified by swamp gas, as we head, tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, once more into the Humblewood. Fwumph. Indeed, fwumph. So, we rejoin Havier and his new companions who have just reached the Corpsewood Manse, where they expect to find the mysterious Soulforge. They have encountered a hedge digging a hole in the middle of the grounds, apparently in an attempt to reach the target of the team's mission. Opting to shoot first and ask questions later, Volos launched a deadly pair of shots into the person's back, only to have them turn around and reveal their true nature, that of a slime zombie. Its oozing maw unhinging to roar as it charged the group, summoning more of its kind in the process. Just before we finished, Havier sent out his otherworldly senses for signs of nearby dead creatures, but received a bit of confusing information. These creatures do not appear to be normal undead, and indeed may not be undead at all. So, I think the first thing we should do is get you all to roll for initiative, please. As shit's about to get fucky.
That is a 17 on
17 for Catherine. 17,
who I believe
nice.
has one fireball left in the tanks. We might wait until they're kind of gathered in an appealing little kind of congregation.
14 for
Vesna,
me. Yep. I mean, we
6.
don't even know what's inside the house.
Nope. Havier, tell you what, let's have the audience do it. Spina, can you roll me a nat 20, a d20 in chat, please? ! Roll space 20.
20.
If you could roll a nat 20.
That'd be great.
That'd be freaking sweet.
And I will roll for the nasty boys. In fact, I'll do it in chat because I can.
Nasty Boys, that's my favorite band.
20.
I was going to say, that
Boys
sounds
is a
like a band.
Ha!
Yep.
Nat 1.
Well, that's a good start, sweetheart.
One's in
I
chat.
I don't think someone got the idea. Ooh.
Hey, look,
Dear.
that's what you want. I'm just going to say Z's get a 1. So they probably go last, which is cool because I wasn't sure whether or not to give you a surprise round or not. Volos did shoot the guy. So it just means you all get to go first because Havier, even if he rolled a 1, would still go before these guys. So let's say that that's what happened, shall we? Javier goes last, but before the zombies.
Where you want
yeah.
a healer to be, anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Right at the back. So you are currently all... where are we? The group are standing at the southern side of a group of buildings, about 40 feet from the rear door to the main house. Perhaps 100 feet away is the barn, and the stables are to one side of the barn. This hedge, who has, I will remind you, taken 18 points of flaming arrow damage, or magical arrow damage. It's sort of ethereal green flames, but have no particular magical effect other than being magic. That one is about 30 feet from you. You can hear wet, roaring sounds from all around.
Did you have to say wet roaring?
Yeah, it's sort of moist noise.
Awesome, cool.
There you go.
That's definitely not gross and creepy at all. Cheers.
Okay, well, Catherine, speaking of gross and creepy, it's your turn.
Whoa! I love it.
I would stress the only one you can see is the hedge in front of you.
Right. Well,
So can I ask, what's our proximity to each other? Are we all like within 5 feet of each other?
I'm assuming, because you were sneaking around the house trying to stay out of sight of stuff, so I figure you're pretty close to each other. I'm not particularly, I feel more like a
think-
line, and I feel like
think
Volos was in the back.
Stayed behind a lot, actually,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. There was like
Volos
a
is welcome to be
stretch.
slightly further back.
Yeah. Great.
well, I think I will kick off this shindig by casting shield on myself.
Ah.
Oh no! Sorry,
It's
I
a
have to be
reaction.
hit.
Yeah,
Hit. Someone has to attack me first. Damn it!
yeah. You don't need it yet.
They have mage armor?
Yeah, I was going to say mage armor might be what you're thinking of.
No, I have shield, not mage armor.
I prefer it, and I was the one who built the character.
Well,
I prefer
then-
being able to crank your AC up a lot, but only once, rather than wasting an action.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, I will use a cantrip instead. I will cast Chill Touch on
Sure.
this weird hedge that's coming at me.
This one is about 30 feet away from you, and it's, yes, make me, I believe it's an attack roll.
Range spell attack.
Roll that bone.
10.
10. Let me just check. No, it does not hit, I am afraid. This thing shambles towards you, and as it does so, its movements are completely I don't want to say human, because none of you are, but very unnatural. It's not moving in the way a normal creature would, so predicting the way it moves causes you to dodge, causes it to inadvertently dodge you. It wasn't even trying to, you just tried to predict and you got it wrong, unfortunately. Do you do anything else?
I don't think there's much else I can do that's of terrific use.
Okay, well, it is 30 feet away from you, and you can hear roaring all around, as in, you can make a perception check to determine roughly where the stuff's coming from.
Yeah, that would be good, actually. 18. Where was
There you
that
go,
when I
that's
was
a
trying to
little bit
attack
better.
things?
18, so you do actually think there's probably some inside the main building, inside the manse itself. You can definitely hear some roaring in there, but you can also hear some off towards the barn.
Okay. Is there any building that it's clear there are no noises coming from?
There is, you are currently looking into a wide open space. The manse is on your right, and on your left there is a small outbuilding, probably just like a tool shed or something. There does not appear to be any noise coming from within the tool shed. Then further off ahead and to the left of you is the barn and the stables. You can definitely hear some coming from round their area. That's about 100 feet away from you. There is also a line of buildings on to the right of you ahead. They're also a long way away, and you think you might be able to make out some noise from over that way as well.
How far away is the tool shed?
The tool shed is about 20 feet away from you.
Cool. I will retreat to put the tool shed at my back.
Very well. So you're wanting to sort of hide behind it?
No, I'm putting it to my back so nothing can sneak up behind me.
Oh, I like it. So you're... Okay, yeah. So you move sort of diagonally to in front of this hedge
Yes.
that's coming towards you.
I would like to know nothing's going to attack me from behind.
Smart. Love it. Okay.
Essentially where I'm going with this.
Volos.
So I'm, I don't know, let's say 10, 15 feet back behind the others. I look around behind me. Can I see, am I near any corners where creepy things can pop up unexpectedly?
Yes, I would say so. You are... I'm actually looking at a map now. This is kind of helpful. Yeah, you are at the corner of of the main manse, looking into this area. And yeah, if you if you take a step back, you'll be able to see almost both sides of the building, the front and the back. But it would leave you a bit away from the rest of the group. You cannot, however, currently see anything other than the hedge. And the hedge is moving quite slowly. It's not as fast as a normal hedge would be.
Okay. So we left last session with me leaving my lady Mapatch skeleton at the front door.
Yes.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to mentally command it to come towards me.
Sure.
Attacking any hostiles any undead attacking anything on its way between it
Very
and
well.
me.
Sure.
And I'm going to move out a bit so that I can get a view of both sides.
Yep.
And then I will shoot this hedge twice.
Very well. So you would back up towards, there is a low wall that surrounds the entire thing. You'd probably be able to put that to your back and be able to see a good portion of the whole area. You would see, would the skeleton use its action to dash if it doesn't find anything to attack?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Sure. In which case, the skeleton comes around and gets to around about where you were, without finding anything to involve itself with. And you shoot the hedgehog twice.
Yep. Okay. That's a dirty 20.
Filthy 20 hits.
And a 10.
Oh,
To hit, not damage.
The 10 does not. The arrow sort of pings off, but roll the damage first.
That's
13
max.
damage. Where would you hit to kill this thing? It dies.
What's the ooziest part?
Probably the face, to be honest. This is a hedge, so a lot of it's quite spiky. But yeah, probably the
Like
hedge.
slime
The face.
dripping from its spine.
Yeah, it had a very gooey.
Right in the snotter.
All right, very good. Yes, all right. So this arrow sort of sinks in. It actually makes a sort of sickening squelch as it goes in. The second one sort of deflecting off some of the hedge's spines. But you manage to get your first arrow into one of its soft gaps, so it collapses.
I do not like this.
And the body sort of sinks to the ground, and it almost sort of puddles a little bit. Yeah, it's very, very nasty.
So, wait, does the whole body puddle?
Yeah, pretty much. It seems like it loses all of its integrity, it seems
But like the flesh and bones and stuff stay?
You can see the skeleton sort of in it, but the flesh sort of puddles around it. And the spines sort of drift apart as they just sort of... It's like the whole skin just becomes one big bag. It doesn't change the amount of skin, it just sort of loses all integrity. If that makes sense.
Thanks for that mental image.
There you go. Delicious.
Before my turn ends, I will call out to the group. What is our plan? Are we going to just stay out here and wait to be surrounded, or are we heading inside, huh?
Why do you think I put the shed at my back?
Cool. Vesna, it is your turn.
So right now I don't see any enemies. But
you
I
can hear
the
some, but
sound
you
of them.
cannot see some. Yeah.
Does it sound like they are coming closer?
Yes. Oh my, yes.
Oh, okay. I do not like that answer.
It's a bit too much glee.
Oh my, yes.
Yes, a little sinister. I'll turn to Wallace and say, I think Lady Corpsewood has the right idea. We should group up and I can protect you guys. And I will stand kind of in front of our beautiful rogue, yes. A little bit of space between us so that I tank
Yeah.
the damage if such comes.
Very
But
well.
I can still shoot a fireball around her when the time's right.
Love it.
Yes.
Love everything about it.
yes. And
When you say rogue, are you going to Catherine?
yes.
Yes.
I'm a
Are
little
you
bit
also a
roguish.
rogue? You're not a rogue, are you?
He's a warlock. She's mostly sorcerer, but a bit rogue.
Yeah, so I don't see anyone. I don't really have any good attacks on distance. Can I hold my action? If
Yeah.
anything comes into bonking distance, I'm gonna bonk.
I love it. Yes.
I will do
Cool.
that.
Daria, for future reference, bonk is can be a euphemism for sex.
I know.
Okay, good.
That's my turn.
Excellent. Well done. Noted. So, Javier is also, I would say, Javier will take his cues from his fellow servant and will ready a. Does he have any offensive magical cantrips? Yeah, I think he will guidance Catherine.
Ooh.
He will, cast guidance on you. Basically, you have a 1d4 to your next attack roll.
Sweet.
Well, actually, you have 1d4 to all of your things for the next little while until he casts something else. Cool. Yeah, that's that. And then it is the zomboozes. So the other zomboozers are now going to make themselves known. Two of them burst from the barn. This is about 100 feet away, and they get to about halfway from the barn to Catherine and Vesna. They are sprinting as much as possible. Basically, they're using their action to move, but they are not fast boys. And this is a pair of little gerbines, but they are very much zombie oozes creatures. There are three.
Why would you destroy the sweet, innocent image of a gerbine by turning it into a horrible slime monster, Josh? It's just mean.
Three come from the house. So as you look at the back of the house, there is a large circular patio and big double doors like French windows that open out onto it. And those window doors burst open, and three more come out from there. A Mapatch and a pair of well-dressed Luma, who look like a pair of doves, come from the house, and then across from you, like. The whole place is roughly symmetrical. The gap you came in through on one side of the building, through the other side, in the same place on the other side, another pair of creatures, these ones based on a corvum and a second hedge, come around the corner from the long building. They all have skin of unnatural hues, ranging from blue and purple to a particularly vivid pink that clashes badly with the corvum's remaining feathers. They're all clutching various tools or implements and seem rather put out. The two gerbine dash towards you from the barn. The three who are standing at the top of the stairs rush towards you, Catherine, from the top of the stairs, and whilst they wouldn't get to Catherine, they would get within bonking range of Vesna.
Hell yeah.
And the other two are about 20 feet away from you after they've dashed. So they're a hedge and they're all sort of making their way towards Vesna, Javier, and Catherine. Volos, you've got another at least 40 feet between you and them. Alrighty? None of them get within attack range, get to attack back, but Vesna, you have your action.
Nice.
Bonk
I'm
away.
gonna. Yeah, I can bonk twice, right? I have
Ooh.
extra attack.
Yes, I believe so.
Yes. So let's do that with a great axe. Kapow. Ooh, 9. Oh, actually, a question. Can I attack recklessly if it's not my turn, if I'm holding action, or no?
I will allow it. Also, I would note that as we did top 200 followers, you all have inspiration.
Ooh.
Do I get
so-
inspiration? Because technically I used inspiration on Monday.
No, you used it already.
Wow. So my first attack does not do anything, but the second maybe. Let's see.
Which one are you attacking?
Just the closest closest little bitch.
So, are you saying you got a 9 and you think you missed?
Well, last time 10 missed, so I was kind of.
Well, that was a hedge.
Oh, they're different guys. Okay.
Hedge have built-in armor. You're attacking a Luma, and this one actually flew a short distance towards you, landed in front of you. This is a well-dressed lady, or it was once upon a time. Now she looks quite drippy. But yeah, so a 9 does hit her.
Wowza. Great. Then both attacks hit. Oh, by the way, next time attacks on me are with advantage as well.
Noted, yes. I am aware of this.
So 6 and 16. Yeah, 6 and 16. Yes.
Now, do your attacks have any magical properties, or is it just slashing damage?
Just great attack, great axe.
No worries. That's okay. In which case, yes, these are slashing damage, are they not? So 6 and 16 is 22. Okay. Noted.
My brain was like, it's a mundane bonking. Not a
mundane. Just ordinary bonking.
Just gives it a mundane bonking. Sort of, yeah, what you do on a Tuesday evening. None of this Saturday morning bonking. Okay, so, yeah, you, Vesna, you can roll me an insight or perception, whichever you're better at.
Ooh. Perception's
+1. Mundane bonking.
It's all the same. Let's roll insight. Oh, yeah, no, it's a 3.
I've got nothing to add to chat except to just hashtag what we're saying.
It's great. I love it. Yeah, Vesna, yeah. Your barbarian rage is tingling. You can't really...
I'm not raging yet.
But you're like reckless.
In my eyes, yeah.
Yeah. You don't really notice anything about this, no.
Is a reckless pastel goth.
Yes. Yes. Cool. We go back to the top of the order. Catherine, there is 3 of them. 2 of them are sort of engaged with Vesna in the nicest possible way. Well, actually, not the nicest possible way, because that would be just getting ready to marry. But they are up in her George Foreman. The other is sort of looking like it's going to try and work its way around her, though. This would be the Mapatch. Yes.
Okay. What I'm going to do is cast Enlarge on Vesna.
I love it.
Hell yes.
I love it
Let's
hard.
go.
So she will grow a size larger.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to make a save because I'm assuming you're going to let me do this to you.
I think I will.
No! No!
No, I will.
So
Vesna's really sensitive about her size.
so this gives you
Yeah,
advantage.
she wants to be bigger.
Yeah.
This gives you advantage on all strength checks and strength saving throws, so you don't have to attack recklessly to get it anymore.
No.
Your
That's not a strength check, that's an attack roll.
Yeah, it's an attack.
Oh, okay. Never mind. But your weapons also grow with you and will deal an extra D4 of damage.
Nice.
This will last as long as I can hold it, theoretically up to a minute.
Concentration. Yeah.
It is a concentration spell.
Very nice. Yeah, good play. Like it. Do you do anything else, or are you just happy to stand behind this person?
I'm going to buff Vesna and stand behind her until there's a nice cluster of zombies for me to...
Javier would look at you and go, well, no, she's much bigger. He'd also probably mutter something about, I gave you guidance and you're not using it, but alright.
Oh, shit.
Don't worry, I love the move. It was a really good move. Solid plan. Love it.
I don't have a ton of attack spells.
No?
I'm a buffer, I'm a buffer, not a fighter.
Yeah, love it.
Love me a good buffing. A bonk and a buff is what I say.
There we go. That's what the
Get your
episode should
Tuesday
be called.
evening
Bonkin'
going.
and buffin'.
I mean, that will obviously be next week's. May your bonkings be mundane, and all your buffings be with advantage. Volos, it's your turn.
Okay, with this new wave of zomboids, do I see any near me, or did they all kind of beeline towards the rest of the group?
They're all kind of beelining towards the rest of the group. It's like the person who was planning this assumed you would be in the middle of the center of the buildings. A bonk and a buff sounds like an illicit massage parlor offering.
I mean, it's a
True
good
enough.
name for illicit massage parlor. to be
Yeah,
honest.
absolutely. Good morning,
10 out of
Omi.
10, Lizelle. Like
Hello,
it.
Omi. Well, if there aren't any, there aren't any
None
bad
threatening you.
boys within 30
No,
feet of me.
the nearest undead to
Sick.
you is your own.
Great. And I don't hear any others.
You can make a perception check.
Sure, I would do that. Let's see if I can make another legendary perception check with my minus.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine.
Oh, not this time.
Does it? You don't think so? They're not subtle creatures. You don't think that there's any more coming?
Great. I use my bonus action to command my skeleton to stay by me and protect me.
Okay. Good job.
And then I'm going to attack the one closest to me. That is to say, one that hasn't already entered melee range with Vesna.
In which case, you're aiming at something quite a ways off, because there is one that's quite near Catherine, but it's obscured by a building from you. So it's not like a radically long way. It's probably amount to about 60, 70 feet. So well within range, but it's nowhere near threat to you.
But like 30 feet away from them?
Yes.
Like with...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Certainly something they'd be appreciative of you doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that. I
Very
attack
well.
twice.
Very well. Roll me them bones.
That's a 23.
Very nice. Hits.
Great. Yeah, I don't know what I'm targeting, so...
There is a hedge and a corvum. Which are you aiming at?
Well, knowing that I rolled a 23, I would
hedge?
probably say the hedge.
Fair.
Yeah. Good choice. Good
valid.
call. I like it.
Another max damage.
Oof. Oof.
Nice.
That's considered magic. Is that hedge still up?
Yes.
Okay, I go again for the hedge.
Very well.
Another 23.
You're gonna need another 13 to... okay. Not bad.
Hit it again.
You shot it twice. You skewered it in a couple of nice soft gaps. Unfortunately, this one, you stagger it. Where would you be shooting it? Like 23, I'll allow you to place your shots.
Again, the ooziest parts.
Oh,
It
definitely.
seems like I have this theory going that the ooze is animating these bodies.
Very well. Yeah, alright, so these ones strike in the, I would say the tummy on this one. Is probably the soft underbelly that's currently exposed because it's running right towards you, brandishing a farmer's scythe. Quite a nasty thing if it gets you. And yeah, you shoot it twice. Unfortunately, it staggers but does not drop.
Yeah, that's
Anything
fine.
else? You happy?
Just going to move a little bit more into the open so that no bad boys can surprise me.
Very well.
What about your animated friend?
Just hangs out.
I already gave it the
in Overwatch
instruction
mode.
to stay with me, so it would come with me.
Protect. Question: how are you controlling it? Is it a verbal thing, or is it like a tight psychic link?
It's a psychic link.
Very well.
Dead.
Okay.
By the way, the stat block for skeletons says they have a short sword and a short bow. I don't know.
It will be bludgeoning rather than piercing, but you can use. It's functionally slam.
And no ranged weapon on it.
It does not carry a ranged weapon. No, this one. In fact, none of these zombies do either. Yeah. Cool.
Fine by me.
By the way,
Vesna.
Dara, I really liked how your cat went across and stroked the underside of your chin with its
Yeah.
tail.
She does it all the time. That's a thing. A special move.
Ah, it's a
When she
move.
wants attention.
I see.
You've got to have a special move when you're buffing and bonking.
Hey, yes, for sure.
Exactly.
Right, I have a question actually before I decide what to do. As I am quite a big girl now, do I have an extended reach or so?
I don't believe it gives you extended reach.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, it's huge. Yeah. I
Okay.
don't believe technically it gives you extended reach. I would allow, for you to, it would be a disadvantage swing without disengaging from the other creatures.
And you have advantage, so it'd just be a normal swing.
But it would balance out if you
Yeah.
recklessly did it, is the trick. If you're wanting to get the one that's coming around for Catherine,
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah,
without disengaging from the other two, you could, do a one-handed bonk, at reach, but it's a bit harder to do because you're not used to handling your axe like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take that because I want to engage all of them before they get to my
Very well.
long range buddies. So Vesna, seeing that she's so big right now, she will just look at her bandolier full of metal urns that look like shakers, and she'll take a minute, choose one, and say, "Okay, Grandma, I think it is time." And she'll throw the ashes in front of her, and the little stocky servant grandma will come out and try to attack
Now,
the zombie with her.
I'm going to say that mechanically she doesn't get any buffs, but this servant grandma is also enlarged.
Hell yeah, big. That big
Enormous
grandma.
servant grandma.
Yes.
So stocky
So,
and short, so she's not huge anyway, but she's still quite sizable. Yeah.
Yeah, she's huge on the
Yeah.
wide side.
She's
probably.
thick.
Yeah, but let's go, Grandma. So I'm attacking.
Teresa is thick.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna attack without advantage the guy that is running towards Catherine.
Very well. Take on the Mabach.
No, no,
Nope.
no.
That one is not enough, I'm afraid. Even that one does not hit.
Let's bank for the second.
Do
shall
it
we?
again.
Heyo.
Ah,
An 11 does hit. 11 hits.
hey.
Nice. Okay, sweet. So that's this damage plus a D4, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's a D4.
It's currently rolling it.
Oh,
It's adding it for you.
does it?
Yeah, it was doing
No.
it's
I
plus
just-
D4. So it's 12
Yes,
plus
it's
D4.
plus
Oh,
D4, that's
I'm an
my,
idiot. Sorry, it's your strength. Yep. My bad.
Yeah. But
There's another
because,
D4 on top of that.
yeah, so it's 13 plus 2, so it's 15.
15 points. This is against a new one.
Yes, and because I attacked with my ancestral protectors, until the start of my next turn, this dude has a disadvantage on any attacks on anyone.
Anybody else? Yeah.
And
Cool.
if he does choose to do it, Catherine has resistance to the damage.
Yes. Sorry, I just need to shout at my dog briefly.
Ceres decided that she just really wants to get in an argument with the neighbors today. They have the temerity to sit outside and have a low-level conversation.
Oh my god, how dare.
Could
That's
you
fine.
could you go and
Yeah, I'll go shout at the dog.
thank you. Yeah, we've got the neighbors have moved in. They bought the house a few months ago, and they've just moved in, and so they're being present. So yes,
The
very
audacity of
very
being
dare. Yeah, Javier, I would say, is going to sees what you do and is a bit jealous of how big you are, and he is going to charge with his horns at the one you tried to bonk. Well, you successfully bonked it once. So yeah, he's going to do that.
Is he a kill stealer? Oh, that little
I'd be
stinker.
very impressed if he kills it.
Yes, that little stinker is definitely a kill stealer.
Yeah, he is
Waits
going
for
to...
the enemy to be down to 30 hit points and then cast like a third level inflict wounds. Yeah.
Yeah. He hit, which is good, you know.
Cool.
So he's going to do the full... He's going to do his antler gore damage, which is 5, which is pretty good. Plus the unarmed strike damage, which is a further 3. So 8 points of damage to the one you already bonked. Unfortunately, it's non-magical, so it doesn't do a huge amount, but it does sort of stagger this one a little bit. There you have it. That was Javier's turn. And now it's the oozes. This one that's Javier has just gored will attack Javier. I know it's a disadvantage. It doesn't. So Granny is going to get in its way. Going like, no, you can't get this one. It's my boy.
Yeah, Grandma is doing the John Cena move.
Yeah. So it misses. Unsurprising, but it does. The other two, however, are going to attack Vesna. And they have advantage on that. Vesna does a 15 hit.
Of course.
Jolly
I'm wearing
good.
a sundress.
Which means a 16 definitely hits, because that's what they actually got.
She's also massive.
And yeah, it's difficult to not hit me.
Yeah. So yeah, Vesna, you are going to take a single attack. 1d6. Oh, max. 8 points of...
So I'm taking 4? Because I'm raging?
Are you raging?
I'm raging.
Oh, you
yeah.
Ancestral Guardian, I apologize. Yes. Yes, so you take half. It is bludgeoning, non-magical bludgeoning. As this one appears to be wielding part of a writing desk. Probably just like a leg of a writing desk, and just bonks you on the knee. There's a lot of bonking going on in this combat. The other one, the lady that you skewered with your blade on the first, with your axe, that's the word, on the first
My
one.
bonk stick, you can say it.
Is actually, yeah, your bonk stick, the stick that you bonk things with. She is going to take a step back and sort of, you've seen birds when they're about to sing. It looks a little bit like that, puffs its chest out a little bit, then her jaw, so the beak just sort of opens, and again, it's got that oozy quality to it, and she just vomits this cone of muck and ooze at the three of you. You are all within a 15-foot cone. Yeah, you take... can I get dex saves, please? Daria, this is a danger sense situation, yes.
Yes! Thank you.
So I only got a 6, so I would like to cast shield as a reaction, please.
Shield only increases your AC.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is
Never
not
mind
an
then.
AC thing.
I will just try and take the damage and not die.
Yep.
That's a good plan. I
Oh yes, and
It's a good
Javier.
plan for life, really.
Javier
Take
got
the
a
hits,
5.
try not to die.
So yeah, Javier also failed this, which means you all take 1d6 plus 2 acid damage.
Aye.
Vesna got a 12. Is what you needed for half damage. So you take 7 halved. So you take 3. The others take 7 apiece of acid damage, and
Wait, I don't take 3, I take 7, right? I can't half acid, I don't think.
no, it's you pass the dex save, so it halves the damage.
So I take 7?
No, you
7.
take 3.
We
The
take-
Oh,
the,
7 is the total.
the total is 7, yeah. And yes, for half damage. And Javier and Catherine, can I get con saves, please?
Oh boy.
I've been worried. Oh, I've got a really high con. I'll be fine. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why
Why
would
did
you
I
say
open
that?
my big mouth? Why did I do that?
Javier aced it, but Catherine, yeah, a 9 means you are now poisoned.
God damn it.
Functionally, a poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, so you're not attack rolling anyway, so...
I unfortunately have to point out that enlarge is concentration, isn't it?
Yes, so she took damage, which is another con save, but it's not a particularly hard one because it's 7. You need to beat a 7.
Isn't it 10 or
10.
above?
10 or above.
Yeah.
She got 10.
I got 10.
That's fine.
Nice.
Hey, you
She
say
maintains
huge.
concentration on
Thank
huge.
you.
Yeah. The
That's the
other...
name of the spell now. Huge.
Huge,
Thamior, hey
massive,
buddy.
Throbbing.
It is correct. Yes, sorry, Hathamior. Thank you for that.
thank you.
Yes. So the others continue their rush towards you. The hedge and the other creature Yes, 10 or half the damage taken. Ah, okay. Whichever is larger. Yes, of course, Damian, thank you. I so rarely have to use that. Okay, the others continue their rush towards you. One of them, I'm going to say, the hedge and its Corvum friend dash towards you as well. They use their full 25-foot movement and get to within 10 feet of Vesna, which means the hedge is going to take another mucky breath at you. Because it has a ranged weapon, so it's going to use it. So another dex save, please, but you do get the advantage, of course.
Ay. They know nothing about dentistry and
No,
just...
you will notice that this hedge has no teeth.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate for them. Wow, a 7 and a 2.
Ouch.
I don't
Ouch.
pass, clearly.
Yeah, this second time you cop one. You cop the full. This is another 7 points of acid damage. And a con save, please, Vesna.
Only enlarge gave her advantage on con savers.
Oh no. I thought.
Ooh, maybe it does. No, it does not.
No, it is not. It's just normal con. Hello, con. Oh,
14 is enough. Yeah, you do not get poisoned.
Hey.
I'll
I'll
other
just
one,
be behind you, being poisoned.
The other one continues to run. Actually, the map edge is going to run at Volos. It's going to continue, and it's like, target that the others aren't already dealing with, and it's going to sort of shamble its way towards you, Volos. It's probably about 20 feet from you. So in its next round, it'll get to within melee range, and this is the one you haven't shot. The Gerbines continue their dash and get to next to Havier, but they can't. They use all their movement and everything. So that's that. They are all sort of clustered in a sort of semicircle around you guys, with Havier and Vesna sort of forming a servant shield protecting the squishy wizard. Volos has got one coming towards him. We go back to the top of the order. Catherine. Greetings to everyone in chat. Thank you for joining us as well. How are you all? I hope you are well.
Casting another spell would constitute breaking my concentration.
Only if it's a concentration spell. Concentration spell.
Oh, okay.
So
awesome.
if you were to say
Fireball, for example. Yeah.
Is there an appealing cluster of enemies that won't
They're in a
accidentally
sort of
poach my companions?
They're in a sort of line. It's also worthy to note, though you don't necessarily know this, that Havier has resistance to fire damage. But
I don't know that.
You don't know that.
And also, I can take the damage. So if you want to take it, it's good.
I think there is the most you would get in a single burst would be 3 without poaching one of your friends. However, if you were not too fussy about getting Vesna, you could get 4.
And how many left?
7.
Look, I'll hold it for the moment.
You can certainly manage 3.
Oh yeah, it's just Catherine's reluctant to set the enormous servant in front of her on fire.
Well, you won't be getting
using
Vesna if you get 3.
Yes, but 3 out of 7.
Yeah,
Catherine wants
We
it.
also don't know what's waiting for us inside.
This is also
We
true.
don't.
That is also true.
Yeah.
And we're not being totally annihilated, so
No.
we're gonna hold the fireball for the times of real need. So I will cast Chill Touch on the nearest.
Very well.
In times of real need, like the 2 oozes 120 feet away.
That's
Hey.
a call out post.
Hey, I knew I'd probably get a long rest in after that.
Yes,
so
yeah.
I'm allowed.
That was
Let me
called a
have my
meta game decision.
All right, let's see if I can hit these. Oh my god! What the?
That is a crit 1, which is funny because depending on which one you hit, it does.
Oh well, I hit the one that it's actually gonna hit.
Amusingly, you have disadvantage on this, but you still can't roll lower than that. And
No, I can't.
I would suggest, one of the ones that's already been attacked a bit.
Yeah, whichever one looks the squishiest.
So Vesna cut up the luma that breathed acid at you fairly well. That one looks fairly squishy.
All right, that one.
Very well. Make the attack.
Oh, I already made the attack.
No, sorry.
One.
Roll the damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can hit this on a 1. Wow. 6 damage.
I'm rolling like turd today.
Yeah.
How
6
many
damage.
hits have we had so far? It seems like a lot.
Getting all my low rolls out of the way earlier. I was rolling like a freaking champion on Monday for like the first half an hour, and then
Yeah.
it just went down.
And then the law of naturals. Yeah, Thamior, I'm not. There is things behind the screen. I would say so, but in this instance, I'm allowing it.
It's being nice.
I am being nice, but also, this does not appear to have a huge amount of. Catherine, can you roll me a perception or insight, whichever you prefer?
Ooh.
I suppose would be a trick.
Please do better than me.
Do better than myself.
For that, yes.
Definitely insight. Oh my god, 11.
11 is enough. Catherine, it doesn't look like it does anything.
Oh.
And that's why, Thamiel.
What
Oh
kind of
yeah,
damage
because
is
it's
chill touch?
necrotic damage. They're probably resistant to it. Little
They're probably immune.
They're probably like,
maybe.
oh yeah, that delicious necrotic damage. I love it.
Tasty.
Oh, yes.
And now you have to ask yourself
Suddenly they
why
stick up
I let
balls.
you hit
Oh,
it,
yes.
and also why I let you roll the damage.
The fuck with me.
They take it away.
They do. Alrighty, Catherine, do you have anything else you wish to do?
Other than swear a little, no.
Very well. Volos.
Bonus. Bonus action, Form of Dread. Some of my fur blows away in the wind. My eyeballs melt and just are replaced by small blue flames. And I do my first arrow on this. Was it a Mapatch coming at me? Okay, that my first attack is going to be against that one. Okay. Oh yeah, that's a 21 to hit.
It does.
Brandon's taking all the good rolls.
Yeah, that's where they've gone.
I paid Josh,
Yeah.
so he made it
And
so
the
that
D&D Beyond roller.
yeah. That's 10 damage,
10.
and now I don't know if these are undead. I don't know if they can be subjected to the frightened condition or not. But when I do attacks in my Form of Dread, they need to roll a Wisdom saving throw to not be frightened.
Very well. What is the DC?
It is 14.
Okay. Noted.
Okay. Does it? Can I tell? It has taken effect.
Make me an insight check. You're looking for a reaction on this ooze zombie.
Yeah,
I'm
zombies
gonna-
are hard to read.
I'm gonna fish a bit. Do I get advantage because I'm used to dealing with undead?
No.
Yeah, fair.
For exactly that reason.
Yeah. Cool.
Technically,
bad-
they're not undead.
7.
Still resistant to necrotic damage, though.
It's difficult to tell. It would be really hard to say.
Okay. I am going to assume that it is frightened of me, which means that it can't move towards me. And I'm now going to shoot one of the healthier looking fellows close to my compatriots.
Very well. You do that. Yeah. Go for it. There is... Both the Jobines are untouched. And if you move forward just a little bit, you'd be able to get a line on them. The other Luma is also untouched. There is a hedge that's near that you shot twice, and it's right there, and it's quite badly injured.
Would I need to move to get the Luma?
No,
Great. I go for the Luma with a 17.
it does.
Great. that is 7 points of damage
Yes, on the Luma.
on the Luma, and it makes a wisdom save to not be frightened of me.
Uh-huh.
The other thing about being
Nails it.
frightened is that, great, if I'm within line of sight, they have disadvantage on attacks.
Disadvantage on attacks if they're within line of sight of you. Noted.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool, and the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll a d10 for my temporary hit points for entering my Form of Dread.
Cool. And...
Cool, so I get...
Form of Dread sounds like a metal band, just saying.
Form of Dread! Probably is.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, we are Forms of Dread!
No, you just take on... You just start looking like a charming and charismatic dungeon master who operates out of the eastern states and has dreadlocks.
We know what you did there.
Yeah.
DM
crush.
I don't know that my zombie will probably move to intercept the one coming towards me as well.
Yep, noted. Would it attack it? It would probably be able to move and attack to get this one.
Yeah, I suppose so. I said, fight anything that's, protect me, fight anything that's going to attack me. So probably depends how far. We'll probably go within 10 feet.
Make me another insight check for your skeleton.
Okay. Right.
Because if you told it to protect you, then it would try to determine whether or not this map patch coming towards you is a threat.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know what insight bonuses it has. I rolled an 11 on the dice. With my bonus, it's a 10.
Right. Yeah, it does not advance. It doesn't think this thing's a threat.
Are we killing civilians? Unpog us.
You think this is unpog? I'm okay with this. Alright, that's my turn. I'm done.
Cool, you do that. Great. So, yes. Next is Vesna. You got a whole mess of targets around you.
Yeah, I'm way too busy to see that a skeleton wants to spare the lives of these zombies. I don't really care. So
They clearly aren't interested in sparing your lives either, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like...
Which one looks the worst? I want to finish someone off.
Okay, well, there's a hedge right in front of you. There's so you and Havier both smacked around that I think there was a map patch coming around. No, there was a map patch coming around from the... Yes, there were two map patches, one coming from the far side and one coming from the house. You both... When you reached over, that was the map patch you smacked down on. Then Havier charged it. That one has taken a bit of damage. Then there's the two Luma in front of you. One of them just breathed a whole bunch of goo at you. The hedge is also quite badly injured. That one's a little bit beyond. It's about another 5 feet. You'd have to reach out and bonk. I'd allow the same disadvantage strike at range. But beyond that...
I'll take the one that we already bonked a couple of times. Hoping to finish that one off.
Yeah.
With advantage, right?
If it's
reckless.
Recklessly, yep. And you're not attacking. You're attacking one of the ones that are right next to you. Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
go for it. Yes, advantage. 26.
Yeah.
26 does hit. Yes.
Sweet. Well, I'm gonna do damage first.
Big money.
Plus a d4.
4. Yes.
So it's a 10 damage.
Do you add rage damage?
I don't know.
Barbarians add damage for being enraged, don't they?
Oh, do they? I
think it's just +2 at that level.
Okay.
It's just extra damage from being raging.
Yes, you are so right. I haven't done that once.
Noted.
Okay, so that's a 12 then.
Brings it to 12. Yes, very well. 12 damage there, and that's on the Luma that you'd already smacked around a bit. Daria, how do you do this?
Hey.
Oh, I think I'm attacking, and I do my attack, and Grandma close to me like, oh, add the rage damage. And you know how in anime, like the second impact of a hit comes, like out of nowhere. That's what happens.
Yeah.
When I was still alive, we didn't have range damage.
I'm gonna high five my grandma and do the second attack on the other dude.
Very well. You take out the first Luma, the one that just vomited on everybody. You sort of how do you gut it, kill it? How do you do that?
I want to attack its poison sac.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you take
Whatever
out
that
the sort
is.
of the tummy, the chest tummy area that it puffed up before. You sort of sink the axe into that. All right. Horrifying. Excellent. The second one, 24, is also a very good attack. This would be against the second Luma. These are the ones who are right at your feet. It hits. Roll that damage.
Okay, so that's a 9 plus 3 plus 2. So overall, that's
16 to 18.
18. Yeah,
That's
pretty
a
good.
lot. That's a lot.
Nice.
18. 9. Very good. All right, this
Is there a
one.
little bit of sizzling on the from the gland to add to the side.
Yeah, it definitely, like, as you cut into the feathers on this thing's side, yeah, a couple of them sort of wilt off from the acid still hanging to your blade, but whether or not it does extra damage, you couldn't tell.
That's fine. I'm going for style points.
Very well. You consider yourself, you have now 3 extra style points. Javier is going to, what do we think? Inflict wounds. It's kind of a neat
Pretty
attack.
good.
Yeah, he's going to inflict wounds.
Although, do we know that necrotic damage doesn't do anything?
Oh, that's true. It is necrotic.
So smart.
Maybe I'm going to get him to roll an insight then, to try and determine whether or not that would be a good idea from what he has witnessed. Valid point, thank you. 15, yes, he would say he might well assume that necrotic damage would be less than excellent against these things. Unfortunately, so what he's going to do is, he doesn't have any cantrips that are short-ranged. So spare that. Oh, he's got Toll the Dead. That's necrotic as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does he have a weapon?
He does have a weapon.
Mace?
Yeah, he's got a mace. Yeah, I might just have him mace them. He has got Guiding Bolt.
Yeah.
But it feels
But that's
really...
ranged.
And it's a spell, and I don't want to use somebody else's spell slots. So I think he's going to bonk someone on the head.
Bonk party.
13
Roll
to
and
hit, plus whatever. 18 does hit. Javier bonks the guy that he's going to try and steal that kill. Vesna, the one that you started, he's going to continue working this map edge over. An 18 to hit, which means he does 1d6 plus 2, 4 bludgeoning damage. But he hasn't gotten hurt yet, so 4 damage. The map patch cops it, but it really doesn't look like it. Like it just digs in, but it doesn't seem to. Like it obviously hurts it. You can hear bones inside crunching. The whole thing is a little bit deformed on one side now. Definitely didn't enjoy the experience. And now we go to the Zomboozes. There are 3 all around Havier now that are going to try to go for him because it's In fact, 2 the Mapatch and one of the Gerbines are going to attack Havier. Getting a 2 and a 12 on the dice, which means a 16. Javier's armor class is 16 equals beats, unfortunately. Havier is going to take some damage. I rolled a 1. So Havier takes 3 whole points of bludgeoning damage.
The horror. The horror.
Blood changes. That was really unnecessarily complicated way of doing that. Okay, the other thing that's going to happen is we love those mucky breaths. The third Gerbine has got a good angle for the 3 of you. So can I get dex saves from all 3 of you, please?
Is this with disadvantage because of my poisoning?
Ability checks. Does it give you disadvantage on saving throws? No.
Hey!
Havier got an 11.
18! I did a good roll, guys! Did you see that?
And Vesna also saved. Havier didn't.
Hey.
Unfortunately, Havier got an 11. He needed a 12. So, yes, Havier takes the full. The other two take half of. Only 4 acid damage this time.
Hey!
Oh, Karen, do you have evasion?
No, I don't think I do.
No, she's only a level 1 rogue.
So we take 4, yeah?
Yes.
I'm not very
And-
roguey.
And Havier is also going to make a con save. Ooh, 9. Javier is poisoned.
Oh no! But Thamio is right. Another con save from Karen.
Yes, from Karen. For 10, please.
That is a dirty 20 con
Filthy
save.
20! Thank you, Thamio,
Yeah.
keeping us on our toes. Yes. Then there is a hedge that has already vomited at you, so he's just going to come in and try and hit Vesna. He gets advantage because she's been recklessly attacking. So that's a 20 to hit. For 7 bludgeoning. Half to 3. Who else is left? Both the one of the Lumas is down, but the other one is going to vomit as you as well.
Is this the one that has disadvantage?
Yes, it is. But
And
it's,
vomiting isn't an attack roll.
it's an area effect.
Yeah, rip.
This one actually won't get Javier. He can't draw a line on it. So this is just Catherine and Vesna, unfortunately. Dex saves, please, ladies. Oh, Vesna.
Yep.
I just crit failed.
Oh no.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 and a 5 with my advantage. We are the best. We're just the best.
Go team!
That's
Yay.
a further 5 points of acid damage, and I'm going to need Constitution checks from both of you, and a. Actually, I don't think Karen, you need to do a con save because you're already poisoned, but you do need to do one to maintain concentration. Which
11.
come on,
14.
14, you pass it. That's all good. Vesna, you are poisoned.
Oh, that's
We're all
bad for me.
fucking poisoned. I hate it.
Yeah,
That's bad for me.
Except for Brendan. Somehow Volos is not poisoned yet.
yeah. The one that was
'cause I
coming
decided
towards.
to not
Yeah,
go.
that map hatch that was coming towards you, Volos, is now
That's
going
smart.
to go towards. He's actually going to sneak around and get Catherine instead.
With disadvantage.
Yeah, with disadvantage.
Ooh.
So he got a 15 and a natural yeet, which means he still gets a 19 to hit Catherine.
Yeah, he smacks me.
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat how much acid we got on the second one? Because I forgot to add it.
5.
Oh, thank you.
He
For
pops me. I'm gonna need
4
some healing
plus
soon, you
2,
guys.
6 bludgeoning damage, Catherine.
Oh wait, this is bludgeoning damage. I can cast shield.
Yes, but your it was a 19 to hit.
Oh.
Will a 19 raise your armor? Will your armor class be raised by enough to stop a 19?
You have a +5 bonus to AC. It will raise it to 19, so it equals
It
beats. So
still equals beat, so no, I'm afraid you can't stop it. That is all of them. There's a
trying
Corvum.
so hard to use you.
There is a Corvum as well who is going to come in and make an attack at Vesna. But it's with advantage. It misses. Pretty confident, and a 12 will not hit with advantage. 12 doesn't hit. Barbarian? Nope. Shouldn't do.
It does. It does. It certainly does.
A 12?
It does.
Gosh.
My AC is 12. My
Okay.
dex is -1.
Oh,
Like,
right.
I
You
don't know
took
what
Dex
to
as
tell
a
you.
dump stat. In which case, max damage, I'm afraid that's 8 half to 4.
Okay, that's fine. I'll
Yeah,
take it.
it's with the rage. That's what you do. You can cast shield anyway, though. Doesn't do anything, but you can. Valid point, Thamio. Thank you. All right, that's them. Back to the top of the order. Catherine, you got an injured Mapatch up in your George Foreman. He's got an arrow sticking out of him. and he is sort of clubbing at you with a gardening tool. This
What
is
a
actually
dick.
this is actually the one with a scythe. So
Is
he
that
took a
how we
swing at
club?
you.
Is that how we do it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's when
He's
you
in the
got
club.
clubs.
I see. That's the move. Okay.
but
Yeah.
fortunately, he doesn't seem to know which end of you to hit you with. So he's hitting you with the handle of the scythe.
Oh, how nice of him.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stab him with a dagger, I think.
sure. You don't think now would be a good time for fireball?
Not if I want to scorch myself in the fire.
Well, not against this one.
Yeah, but he's the one who's like right up in my face.
Fair. Okay.
I don't have any spells that work for the situation.
Very well. You do you.
Well,
A 12 to hit does. You
hey!
rolling with disadvantage?
Oh. 11!
An 11 to hit does.
Hey!
You stab him.
He takes 5 points of damage.
You are guidanced. Oh, I'm probably.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to say you're not because Javier has taken a butt ton of damage. He must have failed one of those con saves at some point or another. I should have been rolling them. But yes, you still do 5 damage to this guy.
Yeah.
This is that map patch there. So it takes that many damage. Yes. Cool. Catherine, do you have any bonus actions that might be useful? And Volos, you are on deck.
What are my bonus actions?
We will come back to it if you do find anything you would like to do. Volos, it is your turn.
How many creatures are with the others?
6. Several are injured. Most are injured. One is very badly injured, and you were the one that did it.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Was that the hedge?
Yes.
Cool. Let's attack that bad boy.
Yep.
Josh, I'm an idiot. I have sneak attack.
Oh.
Well, then
no.
roll the extra damage because you it would have been appropriate to do so.
17 to hit
Takes
the
an extra
hedge.
4 points.
17 to hit the hedge does.
Great.
How do you do this?
Oh, not even rolling for damage.
It had 2 hit points left.
Yeah. Great. I add another spine to its back, which pushes out a bit of ooze.
Oh, yes. Vesna, if you happen to be looking in the correct direction, you would notice this hedge that was sort of lunging towards you sluggishly, all of a sudden goes. It sort of seems. It doesn't go rigid, but it seems to like. And as an arrow point sticks out of its tummy, and with a sort of a small jet of, like almost slightly pressurized ooze, sort of, and it goes blah blah, and once again there's a bag of pointy spikes on the ground. It's almost like a sea urchin at this point.
Right.
Cool.
Second attack on one of the ones, the most hurt-looking one next to Catherine.
Uh-huh.
Probably the Mapatch.
Yes, that Mapatch that she stabbed a bunch. Yep.
Yeah.
You say a bunch. I stabbed
Well,
it
once, but it was a pretty good stab.
It wasn't
yeah.
good stuff.
You hit it.
Great.
11
11 points of damage.
Oh. You know how many
Still
hit
up?
points it had left. How do you do this?
Through the back of the skull, so the arrow comes through the eyeball, and so that Catherine can see the arrow.
Yeah. This
MVP.
Mapatch's face is sort of leering in towards you, and then one of its eyes gets a lot closer, because it's now on the end of an arrow. And then the whole thing just sort of collapses and sort of puddles at your feet.
And then I look to the skeleton girl and I say, go and help them, huh? Bonus action, telling it to go to them.
It shambles over towards Catherine? Or it joins, it goes in and joins.
It goes to the closest enemy and kills that until it's dead and then goes to the next one.
Alright, if it goes to the closest enemy, it goes to the loomer in front of Vesna, and...
It has 30 feet speed?
It would make it.
Great.
Hey.
Cool. So this is not a short sword, but a short bone.
Yeah.
Probably took the bone off its mate.
It's got the broken leg bone of its buddy.
Oh no!
Okay.
That's sad though.
That's my aesthetic.
Needs must.
Does it have advantage because it's flanking?
No, but a 10 does it.
Okay. It's a 14 anyway, but yep.
Yeah. The 14 definitely does it.
Great. And this is 1d6 plus 2 bludgeoning. So 4, it's not magical.
Yeah.
Although it's from an undead, so.
Yeah. 4 points of damage against that loomer.
Undead versus not quite undead.
Actually, no, yeah. It did damage.
Great. And it it rattles its bones like, hey, come attack me!
It does that.
Everyone is just having a moment being like, these guys are all weird as hell. And I'm kind of here for it.
Vesna, it is your turn.
Right, so the Skeletor just attacked the guy that I gave 18 damage to, right? So it's looking rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to finish it off, I guess. I'll have my attacks with advantage, please. Oh no, it's normal attacks because I'm
Poisoned. But still recklessly attacking.
Of course, I gotta.
Yeah, that's it.
She's a barbarian and a sundress. She needs to be reckless.
Does so.
Yeah. Sweet. So I'm gonna do damage first. Plus, so 9 plus 4. That's 30.
Plenty. This is the one that the skelly just went at. Yes. Yes. How do you do this?
Yes. While the skelly goes and it turns a little to look, I'm just sneak up with my huge great axe and like boom, on the side of the head.
I'm imagining like a Fred Flintstone creep, like up on your tippy toes.
Exactly.
Bonk.
That's what I do.
The high piano notes as you're going.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Yes, and I have more. I have one more attack.
You do.
Who else is close to me and kind of not looking good?
Well, both the Mapatch are pretty messed up. In fact, one of them's dead.
Nice.
Basically, there's the one that Havier seems to be trying to kill still.
I'm gonna.
There is
try
also
to do
there
that.
is a Corvum that is still in melee with you, and then there is the Mapatch that you badly hurt, and the 2 Jabines are within melee of Havier, but not you. Though you could swing around now without disengaging and bonk that Mapatch.
No, I'll take the guy that Javier is trying to kill still. I'm gonna steal it back.
Very well, that's the Mapatch. Yep, cool. You do that. Make an attack.
A dog. Wow, how many ones are we going to roll today?
Yeah.
So many ones.
That
So
is
many
that
ones.
does not, I'm afraid, no.
Yeah, yep. That's it.
It's our divine punishment for being so awesome.
Yeah. Bonk the Mapatch.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Javier might kill it because it's his turn now, and
Come on, Javier.
Javier looks around himself and says, "I'm having enough of this shit," and he is going to cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action, which I should have done ages ago.
Yeah. That's good.
And it is going to make an attack action a 3, getting a 10, which does hit the thing he's trying to kill, doing, as I recall, 1d6 radiant damage? 1d8 plus 4 radiant damage. So yeah, he is going to use, that's his last second level spell slot, but he's like, I'm really tired of not killing things. So yeah, he does that for his bonus action. Does 8 radiant damage to this guy, which does not enjoy the experience at all. And then he is going to mace it for his other action. For his action. 23 to hit, doing enough to bludgeon it to death. Havier and his spiritual weapon just go ham on this thing. The spiritual weapon being the giant acorn sort of just drills into the top of this creature, and a whole spurt of ooze jets off it as Havier goes, "Ugh, no, not that," and smacks it one more time with his mace, and the map patch crumples. Left are a pair of Jabines and a Corvum. None are injured. And one of them hasn't yet used its horrible breath yet.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly, like that. Very much like the Jabine, the final Jabine that hasn't gone yet does so. Yeah, Vesna and Havier are its targets. Please make me dex saves.
What happens if you get poisoned twice?
Nothing. You can't be more poisoned.
A 15 though.
Javier got an 8. Vesna succeeded.
I have a question about the poison condition. Do we re-roll at the end of our turn, or what's up with that? How long are we poisoned?
Until you are cured or have a long rest.
Oh wow, so that's kind of forced. Yeesh. Okay.
I mean, Javier has lesser restoration, which can remove that, but it's a second level spell slot, and he doesn't have any more.
I think we're gonna sleep after
Has he
this.
got any?
How about that?
Oh, what are they called? The
Healing potions? No, that's
sorcery
it's
potions.
not a cleric thing. That's a sorcerer thing.
Yeah, I'm like, I can get some spell slots back.
I know.
What do you mean
Really,
sorcery points are a
have just set
sorcery
everything
thing?
on fire.
Javier has Path to the Grave. Choose curse one creature until the end of your next turn.
Wait, so how much damage are we getting?
Yes, sorry. You are taking... Woods of 5 on the dice, 7 acid damage.
That's halved, or
Halved,
that's
halved for you, not for Javier.
nice.
Javier has to...
Javier is already
mind.
poisoned, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah, so grave clerics do have Path to the Grave, which makes the next attack do double damage. They can also negate crits.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know, and that uses the same thing, the same resource. So I don't know what he would favor. But
I'm leaning towards Javier assuming that this is not the final battle and saving his resources for that.
yeah,
I'm not wanting to burn too many of his spell slots or anything like that against these things.
agreed.
Because he has got healing magic. Yeah. So that's what that one does. The other two are just going to. One of them is actually going to swing around and go for Vesna. One of these Jabines is going to take the place that the map hatch was in. So the Corvum and one of the Jabine, or the other Jabine. Actually, no. The Jabine is going to go for Javier, and the Corvum will go for Vesna. So the Corvum gets advantage. Is it a +4 to hit? It is 13 to hit for 4 damage, half to 2. Javier. Oh, that's a crit.
Hey.
The Jabine
Does
crits.
you want to negate that or not?
Yeah. How does that work? What do you do?
It's a reaction.
It's a channel divinity reaction, I believe.
I don't see it in this. He has Path to the Grave and Turn Undead. And he's
You go with what you see.
yeah. I think I don't think he'd be that concerned. These aren't doing lots of damage. It's just 2d6s. Heaven forbid. It's actually quite a lot.
How will you possibly cope with that amount?
It's 11 points of damage.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah, I rolled a 6 and a 3 on the dice. So he is down to 15 hit points. However, that is them. The remaining 3 have made their attacks. Catherine.
Mm-hmm.
Libunk.
Right. What are kind of the positioning of the creatures now?
So there are 2 Gerbine in base. It's sort of a zigzaggy line, about 5 feet in front, about 10 feet in front of you. Gerbine, Havier, Gerbine, Vesna, Corvum. If that makes sense. And then flanking Vesna and the Corvum is Volus's skeletal Mapatch.
Cool. Right.
It's a level 6 feature, and it's not a channel divinity that I'm thinking of.
Havier is not level 6.
No.
So who's closest to me? How far away is the closest
They're
creature?
all about the same distance, about 10 feet.
About 10 feet away. Okay. Suboptimal.
You can move
Well,
now. You're
it's-
not in melee with any of them.
And
Don't
also,
do
if
it, it's a
someone
trap.
is engaged with me, you can sneak attack them, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
All right.
This is true.
Cool. I will
Come up
and
around the
sneak attack.
Corvum.
Yes,
There is
I'll
a
come-
Corvum with covered in pink goo. It offends your artistic sensibilities.
Cool. I come and sneak attack.
Sneak attack it.
18. Hey.
Very much hits.
Okay. That's a 4.
You are at
plus-
disadvantage because of the poison.
Why would you say that?
Because if I don't, Thamir will remind you.
19 on the second one. So
Second better,
nice.
better. There you go. So you
it
do
takes
7
7 points of damage.
points of damage. Very nice.
Is that
Um,
with the snake attack?
yes.
That's with the sneak attack.
Yeah.
Because I rolled really shit.
No, it's just because you're using a dagger. Don't be sorry. Technically, sneak attack doesn't work if you have disadvantage. Thamir is the real
Well,
deal.
she's flanking, so
Yeah, there you go.
it negates.
I'll carry it. I'll carry it over. Let it happen. Yes, flanking is the reason. Thanks, Brendan. All right,
I got you.
Volos.
Good save.
Speaking, yeah, I'm just a puppet. Thamir is all the way over on the other side of the world, DMing for realsies. Volos, what do you do? And what does your Skelly do?
How many?
Given that
Fellas are
Catherine
left.
and Vesna are now there, the Corvum is definitely flanked.
Yeah. How many fellas are there?
3.
3. Okay. Cool. Well, Skelly goes after me, so I will leave that Corvum for her. Give me a weak one to target.
Sure, both the Gerbines are full health.
Okay, great.
The Corvum is the injured one. Catherine just stabbed it.
Sure. Okay.
Allegedly.
No, I'll go one of the Gerbines. 18 to hit.
Does.
6 damage.
Yep.
And wisdom save for frightened.
Oh, yes. You've had to advance a little bit to be able to get a bead on these ones, but that's...
I can do that.
I imagine that's fine. Yes, wisdom save. Passes. 18 on the dice.
Okay. I attack that one again.
Very well.
25.
Woo. Yeah, that hits. For 7.
7.
And again with the wisdom.
Yep.
Another 18 on the dice.
Okay. Cool.
For 13
And-
damage.
Great. And skeleton attacks the Corvum
With
This is
advantage
With
now.
advantage.
Yes. This is the only creature in this fight that actually needs to roll more than a 1 to not miss.
That wasn't with advantage, but does it?
11 does hit,
do
but
it?
you could always roll again just to see. Maybe a 20. No, but fortunately you had advantage, so yeah, you hit.
Yes. Great. And that does 1d6 plus 2.
It was a crit, but not the crit we wanted.
5
For 5 damage.
bludgeoning damage.
5
The crit we
bludgeoning
wanted,
damage.
the crit we deserve right
Yes. Correct.
And again, it tries
Petition
to
to
attract.
rename bludgeoning damage as bonking damage.
Bonking damage, absolutely.
Yes, signed for sure.
Yep. That's...
It tries to attract attention again. It goes, man.
Except it just goes and clatters a little bit because it can't make any noise. Yeah, love it. You do that. Vesna. You got an injured
yeah.
Corvum in front of you.
Yes.
And a
I will
Jabin.
I'll definitely attack the Corvum because it might turn around and bonk Catherine, which I do not want.
You are
So,
aware, however, that the one who is the most injured, like of the ones you're trying to meet shield, is actually Havier, I'd imagine. I don't know how bad
Okay.
Catherine is, but Havier is on 15 hit points.
Oh, yeah,
I'm-
he's lower than me right now.
Like he can heal
Yeah,
himself,
so-
but he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm also quite low, by the way. I'm on 17 out of 53, so
Okay.
it's not good. But okay, so is there anyone I can one shot out of the group who looks sick?
Well, that Jabin just got shot a bunch, but that's on the far side of Havier. The Corvum, on the other hand, you would have advantage to attack anyway. If you reckless, you'd actually get the advantage.
Yeah, I will do that. I will do that. Yes, 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 yes. For sure. Okay, so since I
16?
hit,
Yes.
I rolled so many ones. You have no idea.
We haven't had a crit.
Advantage.
We haven't. You guys haven't had a crit to hit yet.
Yeah, we suck essentially. Oh, good damage though. Good damage.
14. Yeah.
Plus, it's not all. Oh no,
So it's
Yes,
16 plus 3,
and plus
19. Yeah, 19 all up.
2 with my rage plus 2. Yeah.
Yes. 14,
Nice.
16, 14 plus 2 plus 3. Yep, 19. Very
Sweet.
nice.
He's still up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do my second attack on him as well.
Oh, I can hear the kitty meowing.
Yeah, she really wants her dinner.
Oh,
Uh,
so
okay,
close.
that's good.
So close to that beautiful crit.
Yes. Oh, but it's good damage
It's
though.
good damage. That's
16
max damage. Plus a 4.
plus 4. So that's
That's a full an unhealthy 20.
Mm-hmm.
Vesna, how do you do this?
Oh, nice. I will. Well, since this dude is between me and Catherine, right?
Yes.
So Catherine just shanked him,
Mhm.
and I will attack in the same hole, and my grandma spirit will poke it with a finger just for like additional psychic damage.
Stop it.
You've
Yep.
got a little bit on your cheek.
So
Yeah.
so
What I see there.
Catherine sort of stabbed it in the side with a knife, and then Vesna's like, "Oh, good idea." Takes her enormous battle axe and aims for the same spot. And where Catherine just shanked it a bit, you fully bisect the creature, top to bottom. The bottom falls off, and it's like when you burst a water balloon. And yeah, it just gushes everywhere. Probably gets Catherine's claws rather nasty, but like covered in goo. It stings a
And-
little, but it doesn't actually do damage.
And then the skeleton bops it again for good measure. I helped.
Yep.
Aw, I like this skeleton. What's their name now?
Bonnie.
Audrey 3.
Bonnie. Boney, you could
Boney.
say.
Boney. I like it. Okay. Yeah. Vesna, anything else? You've got movement, but you are in melee with the other Jabin.
Yeah, I'm fine where I
Happy
am.
to stay? Alrighty. Javier. Ooh. Do we think Javier would use healing magic?
How many baddies do we have around
2.
us?
They're both.
Probably not.
They're both
Probably
up against
not.
him, though.
I feel like he would kill the things first and then heal.
Valid. He is going to direct his spiritual weapon to attack the Jabin that is already been injured. Because that does radiant damage. Where is it? Spiritual weapon. Oh, I need to actually do the attack roll, though. Does A 14 does hit, doing 6 radiant damage to that Gerbine. Whoop. He could do it.
You're holding a tiny little kitty.
And then the mace.
Look at this tiny.
His mace attack. Oh, it's a crit. Crit fail. Javier does not hit with his mace. The Gerbine sort of slouches away from the giant pine cone that skewers into it. And Javier misses. The two Gerbines are going to attack back. They are fresh out of mucky breath, but they are going to... Vesna is going to cop one with advantage. An unhealthy 20 to hit. Doing 6 points, half to 3. And Javier...
Yes.
Javier manages to get his armor in the way of the other one as it clangs down. We go back to the top of the order. Catherine.
Okay.
There is a badly injured one that is currently being drilled in the head by a spiritual weapon. The other one is not damaged.
How far away is that one?
They are both about 15 feet away. You'd have to move about 20 feet to avoid being in melee before you get to them, though.
And are either of them flanked? Oh no, I don't have sneak attack because I'm...
Unless you use the flank to gain advantage. That's
giving me a
we
normal roll.
We determined that would work.
Okay. Right, well I'll go for whichever one is flanked then.
They are both technically flanked. Well,
Right.
you would be flanking them. The uninjured one is more flanked.
Right.
I would encourage you to go for the uninjured one, mostly because, if we're saying the flanking rules, that's the one that you'd need to... that's the one you'd get advantage on.
How would you be even more flanked than usual? How does that look?
I just think you need to have more than one person attacking you for really flank to work. I think it should be the third person coming in gets the flanking going. At which point everybody benefits from it. But yeah, just fighting two people, I'm like, no, this isn't... I'm not flanked yet. I think you have to be like, have one behind you. That sort of...
For some reason, I just had like a hillbilly voice pop into my head, like, "Oh yeah, let's get this flanking going." Yeah!
Listen, that might be the voice of your bunny.
Yeah, that's what the map patch sounds like.
Oh, well I will run in and stab
Yeah.
You do
the
that.
uninjured one.
Very well. You make a non-advantaged roll. 24, it's good. It's good hit. I describe flanking as a murder sandwich. Yes, exactly, Omi. You need the murder bread above and below.
funky.
Yeah.
And I roll 1, so they take 4 damage.
Plus the sneak attack. Yes.
2. They
6.
take 6.
6 stabbing damage.
Oh yeah!
What level rogue are you, Karen?
1.
I only have 1 level of rogue.
Yeah, she's mostly
I'm mainly
sorcerer.
sorcerer, but all my spells I can't cast right now without hurting you guys.
AoE sorcerer.
Yeah. She's artillery, unfortunately. Cool.
And they got all up in our faces too quickly, and then I was saving my fireball, and now it's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Sorry, but I'd be lying. Lying is rude.
Wow.
I have to
Psychic
roll to
damage
maintain
from
the...
Do you? You didn't take damage?
No, I didn't. I rolled a 26 anyway.
It's
so
that was your first crit success.
Yeah, and it was a roll that I didn't need to make it count.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hungry for murder.
Hungry for murder? Oh boy, here I go killing again.
We still need to do
Yeah, we do.
one-shot with Crumboculus Mike.
Volos. As a 3 keen, probably. Volos, what do you do?
How many are there left?
2. Both injured at this point. One more so than the other. The one you shot before is badly hurt.
Let's go for the more injured one first.
Very well. Do so.
14?
Hits.
12 damage.
Does. Skewers the first Gerbine that was flanking Javier. Doing what? How? Squishy still? Yeah, this one's very squishy generally. It's hard to find a non-squishy bit of it, to be honest. It's not wearing armor, so it just sort of the arrow just sort of takes it through the chest, and there's a wet gushing noise as it sort of this one takes quite a. It's probably because it's a bit smaller. It looks like it takes quite a while for it to deflate. It's like the ooze like a small puncture in a swimming pool, and it just sort of as it slowly.
They're near the shed. So is there a wall nearby or a post? That
Yeah.
I can. Yeah. It gets
You've sort of pinned it to that with your arrows.
into
Yeah.
the post.
Yeah. Noted. Okay.
And then on the remaining one, 13.
Hits.
Great.
Unfortunately, only the hedge have higher AC, so 13 points
13.
of damage. Yes, it takes that, and it can see you, so it needs to make a wisdom save.
Yep.
For 17 on the dice, probably good.
Sure. I don't know how far away I am, but I move about 10 feet closer.
Very well. You'd be now about 20 feet away from this last one.
Great. And skeleton goes to attack this last one.
With advantage.
Great.
This is the one that is being flanked.
Ooh, a natural 2 probably ain't going to do it.
No.
And neither is a natural 1.
Nope. She's too busy trying to intimidate him. Yeah.
It's like the 20th natural one today.
Yeah.
This is so sad.
I've critted. Cool.
Hey.
That's my first yes. So this is the price of my dark pact.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, okay. Is that actually a meaningful thing, or are you just saying? No. Okay, good. Vesna, it's your turn.
Yes, we have one
left. One
little
squishy
guy.
boy that has taken a good old shot from the arrow.
Okay.
Like Volus is, doing very well.
Yes. So can I flank with anyone?
You are
this-
flanking,
this
yes.
week? Sweet. So I have my advantage.
Yeah, if you're recklessly, yes.
Yes. Hello. Of course I'm gonna.
17 hits.
Sweet. So let's go for damage. Plus a d4. Ooh, 4. So it's a 15 damage. And second attack. Yep.
Just hit.
Ooh, yes.
It does. Vesna, how do you do this?
Oh well, it's
Even
the
a
last guy
5
and-
is enough.
Nice. So if it's the last guy and all of them are so squish, I'm gonna go. I don't know what's the English word for it when you go to arcade and there's like a popping up.
Yes, the
towards
gnome.
new-
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole. Yeah.
Whack-a-mole. Yes, I'm doing a whack-a-mole. So I'm gonna have a flat part of my.
You're
great axe and
bonking
then-
it with the.
Yeah. The
This is
ultimate
bludgeoning
bonk.
then. And you sort of just. It bursts sideways. Like you just. And it,
Yeah.
the splatter is really quite nasty. Like when a bug hits a windshield, like that. Like a good juicy one, like when you swat a mozzie. Yeah.
Mozzie's a mosquito, I guess.
Yes.
Hey, contextual
Sorry,
clues. Let's go.
Aussies.
Sort of
Aussies.
muzzy in the arvo.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a bunch of bikies. Yeah.
Down at Macca's.
Down at Macca's. Aussies shorten everything. Cool. Yep. Congratulations, you have defeated the Zomboozers. Which is a fun thing to do and say. And let us... yes. The... Can I get perception checks, please?
Ooh.
From all of you.
Oh, looks sussy. It's a 10.
I'm shortening
Sassy
things.
buckle.
Yeah, some sussy buckers.
Javier gets an 11.
I get a 10.
Wow. Okay, Javier notices that it's gone quiet. In fact, he says, it's quiet. It's quiet. Too
Nice.
quiet
From 20 feet away, I yell out, "What?"
He says it's quiet.
Oh, okay.
You notice that, like, you're in a bog, you're in a swamp, and yeah, so there would normally be loads of insects buzzing, and it has gone like still.
Would we understand what could be the reasoning behind this? Like
No, it's been
natural,
pointed
like-
out. You could make a nature check or a survival check or perhaps an investigation check. Any of these things would work. You could turn up different things with them, though.
I will try survival, and I will roll with my advantage, right? Because we have inspiration.
You do.
I'll do that.
We could do nature as well.
You can, if you like.
I'm going to try nature.
Each of you can do one. 19 from Catherine on the
Catherine.
nature.
That's good.
Vesna. These you will all notice different things. Do you want to do the investigation, Volos?
Yeah.
Use that 11. What's your investigation? +2.
Oh.
So it's still the 13.
Great.
All right. Vesna. Ooh, how do I want to order this? Volos, you notice on the ground. Okay, here it is. Vesna, because there's 3 pieces of information. I'm trying to figure out which one of you would sort of pick it up. Vesna, your survival check. You notice, like now that it's been pointed out that the thing was silent, you notice that everything went silent the second the last gerbine dropped.
I'm too smooth-brained to understand what it means, but okay.
Yeah. Volos, you notice on the floor a marsh fly. And it's just there. It's dead on the floor. Picking it up, you determine that you take a look at it, and it's like it just dropped dead.
Check for pulse. Mosquito pulse.
Catherine, if Volos raises that point to you, you look around and see dozens more. Every insect in the near vicinity died. And with Vesna's observation, they all died the second that last zombie got knocked down.
Do we feel any necrotic energy suddenly released into the ether? Like, what's going on?
Good question. How would you determine that? My instinct would be an Arcana check.
My
do you
instinct
have?
says danger sense, but okay.
No, this isn't really that.
If Vesna says that out loud, I will tune in with my Arcana.
Yeah. Please make me an Arcana check then, Volos.
Do you want to use inspiration or nothing?
18's very good. Volos, yeah, you're attuned very closely to death.
Necrotic energy.
Your necrotic energy sense is pretty good. Interestingly, then, it is that you didn't feel a burst of necrotic energy. If anything, you felt an absence of it. Like all the necrotic energy that you guys didn't bring with yourselves disappeared. In that instance, like thinking back to it, you're like, you can't sort of backwards compatible that, but you there is none around. There's always like a background radiation of a little bit of necromancy magic just floating around, sort of in the ether, just like there is quite an abundance of life magic most of the time. You can in my sort of interpretation of D&D lore, there are the 6 primal elemental forces: fire, water, air, earth, life, and death being the other 2. And there's usually like a background fuzz of the lot, with one being predominant in any one place, life normally being on the material plane, the thing. But in this place, there was a fair amount of death up until just a second ago.
Those oozy undead seemed to have captured the present necromantic energy, and then when we destroyed the last of them, it all seemed to just go. I do not know if this is a feature of the Soulforge. This is the only things that I can think of.
What about the mosquitoes then?
Havier, I just got Havier to make an Arcana check as well. He got a 19. Havier says, there is still some down there. And he points where the hedge was digging.
And I don't know if he told us this, but he did determine that was where the Soulforge was last session.
Which is why he thought to look there, which is why, coupled with that roll, yeah. And when he points it out, Volos, you can sense it too. That is, you suspect, where the magic has gone.
Oh,
it was captured by
like
the
it was
Soulforge.
vacuumed, like it was vacuumed in.
can I inspect one of the ooze bags and see like if anything happens to it? Is it completely inert now, or is it like trying to go back to the Soulforge?
Yes. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. I'll let your survival of before come through. Yeah, it did. The ooze is. You encountered oozes out in the marsh before. You've seen a dead one. You maybe didn't poke around in it very much, but in as far as an ooze could be said to be a corpse of an ooze, it was a corpse of an ooze. These are not. These have lost all of their integrity. They are puddles.
Artist formerly known as ooze.
Yeah, barely even. It's mostly just what's most of the remainder, the corpses, are just the collected bits that the ooze was animating of the zombies. Very badly decayed. So the corvum, for example, is a beak, a skull, a collection of feathers, some wing bones and stuff. The legs, one of the feet's pretty much intact, but yeah, it's really just a random assortment of parts that the ooze replaced the missing bits with itself. The ooze is now gone, so most of what's left is just bits of a corvum. Volos, these are very similar to where you sourced the parts for your map at. However, there are significantly less of them left. The corpses are significantly less intact. Constructing a skeleton out of one of these would be impossible. You could probably
casted animate dead earlier, huh?
You could probably constitute a second out of the lot of them as a sort of gestalt.
Wow.
Do you really want to do that, though?
I do, but I cannot.
Yeah.
Can we take a little breather before we try digging out the necrotic energy? I'm kind of out.
Yeah. Can I do, like, I don't know, a history check to see if I've encountered this sort of phenomenon before?
Can you describe, like, can you tell me what kind of form of Voltron of undead corpse bits? What manner of phenomenon are you referring to, Catherine?
This kind of weird necrotic pulse that's
Very
kind
well.
of come out and killed everything.
History or Arcana?
Let's go with history.
Come on,
22.
22. Catherine, you have never encountered this sort of thing before. However, you can make some educated guesses. Given what you know, what little you can assume about the Soulforge, this is entirely in keeping with what it is. However, you can make an educated assumption based on when the exact moment everything died was coupled with the last standing ooze, that there is something directing this, an intelligence behind that event. possibly something was directing the oozes. They certainly seemed pretty fixated. The fact that they do not show up as undead is also particularly interesting. You know that oozes are a kind of creature, but this is unheard of for oozes. They don't possess things.
Right.
You have heard stories from a far-off land, of oozes stealing memories and thoughts, but never bodies.
Vesna, you are right. You all look like crap. You should perhaps have a bit of a rest. Perhaps not out here in the open, if in case there are more. Perhaps we check the shed and see if there's enough space in there for at least the three of you to
good
rest.
Does Vesna shrink?
Oh yeah, I'd let her return to her normal size.
And by this point, I'm back to normal now as well.
Yeah.
I am gonna wander over to the grave that the hedge was digging, and I just want to, the hole.
Yeah.
And I want to see if there's anything in there, or whether it seemed to have just been trying to take the most direct route to the Soulforge.
Yes. So the rest of you can take a short rest while Volos checks this out. Volos, you can... I won't even make you roll for it because you're taking a bit of time to determine this. You would suspect, yes, it was just trying to take the most direct path to the Soulforge. It didn't get very deep, though. And thinking back, you can remember that it wasn't using its shovel well. It wasn't taking good old heft. It was getting like a handful of dirt every time. It had probably been there for days. It's like whatever was guiding it doesn't know how to get to where it is. The rest of you can roll your hit dice. Javier is definitely gonna. I don't think he would disagree with me on that point. Where are hit dice on this?
Now, when I was looking at the Grave Cleric earlier, I saw something about it rolling hit dice and short rests.
Eyes of the Grave. Other ritual spells, channel divinity. Circle of Mortality. You restore maximum possible HP on each dice instead of rolling when healing spells to a creature with 0 hit points. You can learn Spare the Dying cantrip and you cast as a bonus action the range of 30 feet. Surge of Vigor. You can regain 1d12 plus 3 when hit for half or more of remaining HP.
That's a servant feature.
Yeah, that's a servant thing. Yeah.
Also, I have a question. I don't know how D&D Beyond works, so I tried to do short rest, and I confirmed it, but my HP did not change at all. It said that I got my short rest.
Yeah, you need to roll the dice manually.
It doesn't work. Okay.
Yeah, because you can choose how many hit dice to use.
It does give you the number of dice to click on. It gives you sort of... I think Javier would use all 5, for example. 5d8 plus 15.
Are you happy for us to use one at a time?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Want us to declare? Okay.
I don't mind.
I mean, I'm not going to because I wasn't scratched.
Yeah. So
my temporary hit points do go away though.
That's very strange. It doesn't appear to do it. Well, Javier gets 5d8. Enter. Oh, yes. 26. Wow, 26 is pretty good.
I told it to roll my hit dice, and
it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know.
No.
26 plus 15 brings him back up to full. Good.
Nice.
It actually gets him 10 points clear of it, or 9 points clear of it, but I don't think he'd hold that against me.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Omi wants to roll for you, Karen.
Karen, you can also use sorcery points to regain spell slots if you want to.
Yes, I will. I'm going to use another of my hit dice to get more.
Channel Divinity replenishes on a short rest, which is cool. He hasn't used it, but yes.
Something else is that I will tell my skeleton to cover itself in ooze.
Oh!
Any of the remaining ooze that is from these things that we killed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it to make sure that the ooze doesn't come back to life and possess it. But yeah.
Zoltruz. Yeah. So you're trying to make it look like a zombie ooze. Okay.
Rambo Skelly.
Yes. Makes a ghillie suit out of ooze. Yeah. Okay. I really like this idea.
I earned 3 sorcery points to get all my spell slots back to maximum.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. Very well. Then, yeah.
And hit dice have got me back up to 41 out of 45.
That'll
I could
do.
roll another one, I suppose. I've only rolled 2.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I'll roll another one.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, yeah! Don't even have to add my bonus to that. Back to max.
Okay. Right. Yeah. I'm just trying to think what skill I would get you to use.
Well, perhaps we can take our break, and
Yes.
after the break we'll figure
I think
it
so.
out.
I think it would be a sleight of hand, Volos, to disguise your zombie as an ooze, your skeleton as an ooze zombie. Yeah, because make me a sleight of hand check.
I did kind of want it to do it itself because I don't
Oh,
want to touch ooze.
sure. All right.
but
Well, then
I-
have it. You can direct it and therefore give it advantage, or like give it the help action, telling it what to do. So it would make this check with its dex,
Yeah,
but it would have
okay.
advantage.
So 13 plus
Whatever its dex is 2.
Yeah,
15. 15. Yeah. The problem you repeatedly encounter is that it doesn't stick to the bones very well. You do manage to get a bunch of it. Basically, what I think you probably managed to do is gather some, or tell it to gather some clothing, and clothe itself, and then it can sort of, because you're taking some time about this. They're taking a short rest essentially, so you can you can sort of, it makes bags of clothing, like it ties knots in the pant legs around its bony shins and fills the pant legs up with ooze, but it's a leaking water balloon full of ooze essentially.
Sure.
It probably, you looking at it, you go, look, it's deeply upsetting. It would probably, like, if somebody had never seen
I'm not
an ooze,
entirely sure that the other undead would be able to tell the difference anyway.
yeah, like, or care. So you've certainly done it. It's certainly like, that's horrible. That's horrible. Okay, great. It's definitely a skeleton covered in goo. And I think we'll take a short breaklet there, guys. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us, everybody in chat. Omi, good to see you. And everybody else who's been hanging out as well. Omi's just the name I can see. Guys, we'll take a short break and be back in 5 to 10. See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye. Vast and hoy, mateys, we be back with the lugubrious Lux Towns. He has rejoined us. Guys, we are back at the Corpsewood Manse. Yes, you have just defeated a wave of ooze zombies, and now you must find your way to the Soulforge. What do you do?
So, can I step forward and examine this hole the hedge was digging?
You can. Volos already has.
I suppose I'm trying to get an idea of, like, is it literally buried, or is it like in like a basement underneath us, and therefore digging is a waste of time?
You can, Catherine, you can make me an intelligence check. Straight
I may
intelligence.
have just inferred this, but I remember thinking from the end of last session that we knew that it was in a basement.
Yeah, because I had. How long has it been since the beginning of combat?
No more than 10 minutes, so you definitely still have that active. Although you did take a whole bunch of damage, so the concentration's probably gone. But you did.
Is it concentration?
I'm
Probably
not
not
sure.
concentration.
Oh, no. Well, anyway, yeah, you're still getting. It's about 20 feet down in the center of the clearing, in the middle of the buildings. Which Catherine, a 16 on your of intelligence you'd probably assume or infer that that's about the right depth for a basement.
Cool. Folks, which one of these buildings do you think is most likely to have a basement that would come out round about here-ish?
I look at the massive manor that we're next to.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's this one.
I think it is this one.
The big one. You think the big one?
It's a very big one, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough, I suppose.
You all look a bit fucked. Perhaps Bonnie goes in first, and we stay a little ways behind. And I'd ask her to be very loud if she encounters any resistance, and then we know, that is something that wants to bite my face off around this corner, and then we avoid our faces being bitten off.
Can she talk?
Bonnie cannot talk.
No, but she can do.
Oh yes, I saw that move. That was
Bonnie
very
does
impressive.
Yeah, the bones rattle against each other like a wind chime, like a
Yes.
spooky wind chime.
So is
Love
it
it.
currently a dead humanoid at the moment? Is that a dead humanoid?
I mean, it is a dead Mapatch skeleton.
To be fair,
wearing.
it was dead when we found her.
Yeah,
didn't
you
kill
killed it. Well, it was already dead and then possessed by a ooze, so, you know, if anything, it's an upgrade. Although you have now covered it in ooze. So it's not looking great. It's looking pretty. Bonnie is looking pretty shabby.
It's gone full circle, you know.
For expediency, I would say you can get. If you could, just make me investigation checks of where would you'd be looking for a basement, you reckon? So you probably only look at the lower floor. Yeah. Make me a general investigation check of the house, each of you. Bonnie precedes you into each new room.
Yeah.
Catherine.
I continue my excellent rolls.
Yes, as long as they're not in combat, you are great. So, Javier. You guys search the house from one side to the other, just working your way across. In the library, hang on, what did I say? There is... Yeah, so Catherine, first of all, in the library, which is, you enter through the back doors off the patio, and that's the sunroom. All of the rooms are full of very nice but somewhat decrepit furniture, like furniture that was 20, 30 years ago really lovely, but is now just seen the weathering of age and moisture.
Icked.
Yes, it is. Catherine, the library is to the left of the sunroom. And as you go in, you find it's full of books. Many of them are mouldy and nasty. However, Catherine, choose highs or lows.
Highs.
Okay. Who is in chat? Omi, can you roll D2, please, in chat? As you are making your way through the house, you find your way to the dining room. Javier, whether or not it's important to you, you notice a collection of... it's a full set of a dining room silver cutlery set. It serves 12. It's got a full set of silver cutlery for 12. It would probably be worth about 50 gold pieces. It needs a space. Roll space 2. Just roll space 2. There is 50 gold pieces worth of cutlery in the dining room. which is interesting for two reasons. One, because it's nice and valuable, and two, because no one's taking it.
I also have a question. You said before that the Luma were quite well dressed. What kind of clothing were they wearing?
Yeah, they were like noblemen's clothing, like the nobleman and a noble lady, and from that observation, you could assume that the rest of the people you saw were members of the household, and like servants and so forth. The corvum with pink ooze on it had the look of a butler. A 1 on the dice. Sorry, Catherine, I struggle to recall. What did you say, highs or lows?
I said highs.
That's okay. That means you get... as you're making your way through the library, you do notice a scroll of mass healing word.
Ooh.
Fancy.
There were
I
2,
like it.
and that dictated which one you got. Yes. Then you find your way to the kitchen, and in the pantry, there is a small sort of a trap door. Catherine, you make it out. It's not overly difficult to find. It's got a couple of barrels on it. They are, however, empty. Well, they don't look like they were emptied so much as what was in them is gone now. Like rotten away or eaten by vermin. But yes, you find that.
Is anyone particularly low health?
No, everyone's recovered pretty much to full, I believe.
I
That's
burned a
fine.
bunch
Had a
of
short rest.
Yeah,
burned a
everybody.
bunch of hit dice.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to work on turning these barrels over and rolling them off the trapdoor.
Yep. It is a simple matter. So the cellar is dank and reeks of putrefaction. The walls are stone, but the muck from the marshes has leaked in over the years of neglect and now pools on the floor, in some places nearly a foot deep. The rungs of the ladder are so slick that you are required to go very slowly when descending. There is no light down here, and from where you stand you can make out the walls only dimly around the space, making a room about 40 foot to a side. However, it does not extend beyond the walls of the house upstairs. It looks like part of the foundations, but it's not like it doesn't extend out under the courtyard outside.
I smell a secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
I would like to investigate this cellar.
You
For
may
maybe
make an
suspicious
investigation
looking
checks.
Candles.
Can I?
Catherine,
Yeah.
you have advantage.
Ooh.
Volos and Catherine do a sneaky double investigation. Big money.
17.
17. Yes, Catherine. Volos, you determine, you find sort of areas in the grout on some of the stonework where you think a secret door would be, and your sort of observations of that lead Catherine to find a sconce on the wall, a brazier for a candle, that when rotated 90 degrees clockwise, you hear a click. Very loud, sort of more of a clunk. It sounds like a stone dropping. But nothing visibly happens.
Can I turn it some more?
No, it does not appear to turn any further. I'll just finish describing the space. There are shelves on 2 of the walls, the contents of which have long since rotted away. Littered around is a disorganized mess of barrels and crates, again, all either empty or hopelessly rotten. The shelves are not against the wall where you've determined this secret door is.
Is there anything on the ceiling?
Wooden beams, the roof of the pantry above.
Any carpet and ground mat?
No, not at all. If there was, once upon a time, it is long since molded away.
So the sound of this stone, was it like behind the wall?
You would have said it was in the wall where you think the door is.
Uh-huh.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yes?
Is there a magical component to opening this door? Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, no, is fundamentally the answer. The door is in no way magical. It is inert. In fact, I'll let it's a 20 is a good roll. It occurs to you that any complex mechanisms would have rotted.
Ah. Can I just start pushing against them?
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to say maybe I should push.
Sure.
I will give you guidance.
Very well.
Thank you.
He's not going to do physical labor himself, but he will give you guidance.
No, I'll just I kind of tap you on the shoulder. Yes, you go do this. You do this. You do the grunt work like you do.
Vesna,
Okay, we'll come back to this. And I'll start pushing.
the pastel goth pushes the door. Make a strength athletics. Yes.
With
23.
Hey.
Damn.
If you want,
Plus
you
a
can add
D4, yeah.
D4 if you like.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Vesna,
37.
can you describe to me how you do this in a really casual way?
Oh yeah, she just comes over like with one hand, like with one finger, like bink, forward.
Yeah. It is very heavy, Vesna, but you deliberately make it as easy as possible. Make it look as easy
And
as possible.
I don't break the eye contact with Havier just to prove a point.
Also, essentially, what you're saying is it was basically unlocked anyway. We could have just blown on it. It could have opened.
Well, I don't think if you blown anything would have changed, but the eye maybe.
Yeah. The door...
Yes, because you're full of hot air. Yeah.
Oh snap! Okay, that was.
Please, we're all friends here, huh?
The door hinges open.
Excuse me, I am the one who delivers sick burns in this party. Thank you very much.
Oh, you have more spell slots? You can do
I got them all back now. I burned some sorcery points as well. I love to burn everything.
After the short rest, Havier came with a vengeance. What
Yeah.
is this?
It's almost like he's been operated by somebody without his acerbic wit.
You're like a different person, huh?
Yeah, much saltier. Okay,
Had a
yeah.
stroke.
It occurs to me that there may be some information gathering needed. Is there? Have we seen any corpses within the building?
No. I would say you did a fairly thorough job on certainly the lower floor, and no, not a one.
I am thinking that perhaps we should approach with some caution. Do we think it is worth us getting a bit of information about what is down here before we enter ourselves?
Cool.
You mean sending Bonnie?
No.
I'm sorry. Are you scared? Is what you're saying? You're scared?
I'm not scared.
Okay. What did you say?
Just trying to be the edgiest person in the room.
I was offering this to save your own hides because you all did terribly in that last combat.
You did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You had an
I have
out-of-body
no idea what you're
experience.
talking about.
Like, I have no memory.
All I am proposing is that perhaps we pop outside just for a second and speak to one of the former residents and see if they can tell us anything about what is in this room. Is this worth us doing now, or do we just press forward?
I think.
When you say speak to a former resident,
Are we?
are you referring to the piles of just
No,
like
there are no
random
faces
body
anymore.
parts outside?
Are we? Yes, this I'm saying.
We should do it probably, but
I mean,
there
this
are
is
no-
not surprising to you, right? We all know who we know. We know why we're here.
Yeah, I'm just like, it doesn't feel like there's enough to have a conversation with. That's all I'm getting.
Yeah,
at.
there's
All I
no
need
mouth.
is face, is jawbones. Jawbones is basically all I need.
Do
Okay,
your job.
outside of character, Brendan, are you talking about Speak with Dead? I think you need an actual like face for that.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
No?
Do you?
Just need a mouth.
Okay.
There's,
There was a beak,
I mean,
right?
there were skulls,
Your
right?
bones is enough. Okay, that's good.
I'm okay with this. Please kill me.
I wish to die.
Yeah.
Well, Wallace, you are certainly the expert in this group, so I think we should do what you want to do.
It says that you grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice, allowing it to answer. It must still have a mouth.
Yeah.
And it can't be undead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
Heavy Hamlet vibes.
But,
Yeah.
It's not undead anymore.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Can I look? Can I peer down this magical corridor that's just appeared
Yes.
and see if there's any traps?
There is no magical corridor. I want to be clear. You did an Arcana
It's
check.
magical in the mundane sense of the word.
No. What? Oh. So
As in,
you just said the
it's a
two
thing
opposite
about it
things.
that's kind
Yeah.
of magical. It's not
Magic.
legit.
Okay, right. The corridor beyond is, if anything, more unpleasant. There is a layer of muck about 3 inches thick over the whole floor. And it heads straight for... Catherine, you can see... You have dark vision. You can see it goes at least 60 feet. Your dark vision is 60 feet, so you can see it goes 60 feet in pretty much exactly the direction you're wanting to go.
Right.
Okay, Bonnie, in you go. Make a lot of noise if something tries to hurt
Kill you?
then.
Can
Yeah.
you kill something that's already dead? Tries to dispatch you.
Bonnie goes... How far would Bonnie go?
Well, I said go, but what I will probably suggest to these guys is that we stay about 50 feet behind.
Okay. Volos, your night vision's pretty good. Vesna and Javier, however, are pretty much blind down here. There is no light.
I can make some light with prestidigitation.
Okay. Doesn't need to be an awful lot for them to be able to navigate. There is no sort of rubble or anything. You proceed behind Bonnie, about 50 feet behind Bonnie. Bonnie gets to the end. Volos and Catherine, you can see her. She has stopped. You can see the tunnel makes a turn to the left, a 90-degree turn south. The tunnel is currently heading northwest, and it turns southwest. And it doesn't take a massive check to know that it doesn't take a massive leap to know that would be pretty much exactly where you're wanting to go.
Yeah.
And the two of you who can't see in the dark, Vesna and Javier, can I get perception checks, please?
Oh boy.
I didn't say, but I was planning to be like guiding whoever was directly behind me.
Very well. A pair of dirty 20s.
Nice.
You
Rock
both
on, guys.
see this at like exactly the same time. Catherine and Volos going ahead of you. The squelching of your feet and it makes this horrid sucking noise when you walk down this corridor. It's just sort of unavoidable, really. Without like swamp shoes, and you don't have time to murder some books to do that. 20.
It's a very niche reference.
Very specific reference. Only Karen and I understand, I imagine.
Very
I had a
dedicated
feeling.
fans of There Be Dragons.
It's a There Be Dragons quote reference. You both can make out a soft glow from up ahead around the corner. Catherine and Volos, who can see in the dark, don't notice it. It is that faint. So Vesna and Javier, so first time being partially blind is actually good. It is a sort of light, icy blue, very icy blue, almost white glow from around the corner.
I go like this. Blind high five.
Oh, that was not my hand.
No, she high fives your antlers. Volos, would Bonnie continue?
I would tell her to kind of wait at the corner until we are kind of with her, and then so that we can keep her in line of sight.
Sure.
And then same thing, keep her 50 feet ahead.
I'm wanting to ask now, are you proceeding stealthily? Is there
That's a funny
anything...
joke.
Is there anything you
I
want
would-
to be doing coming up this corridor? Let's put it that way. Stealth checks if you would.
Yeah, just as I'm hanging back with Vesna, Javier kind of leans in and goes, a damp corridor. Remind you of anything, eh?
Well, now that you say it, my uncle did have a nasty colonoscopy at that one time, but I don't think that's what you're referring to.
Or was I?
So there's two quite good ones.
Stealth. Stealth.
They distracted themselves talking about colonoscopy.
Yeah, they did. Pair of 11s.
What I want to know is Uncle Colonoscopy in one of your jars?
Yes.
That's the guy you met first time. Yes.
Yeah. That's why he was so grumpy.
I really don't know what Havier was implying, but okay.
I'm really hoping you were right. Javier gets an 11. Volos a 23. It's not bad, actually. And Vesna gets a 12. It's actually not the worst stealth I've seen.
Yay.
Particularly given what's going on. So, yeah, you get up to the corner. Would you be doing anything else? Is there anything else you'd like to be doing on this stretch of hallway? I'm not trying to lead you in any way. I'm just wondering.
I think Catherine would have like a spell ready.
I'll probably have my bow out. Not ready, just kind of in hand.
Very well. Catherine, what spell would you have prepared?
Fireball.
And what sets it off?
A clear and obvious threat.
Okay.
So if a slime monster jumps out and roars, boom, flame ball.
Noted.
But
Noted. Okay.
strange movement up ahead, not flame ball.
Fireball.
Because
Okay. Okay. You do that.
could be nothing.
Love it. So, you get to the corner. Who sticks their head around?
Bonnie.
Okay, well Bonnie's at the corner.
Okay.
Bonnie, you would have noticed it round about when she got to the corner, so she would have been, anything around the corner could see her. Nothing appears to have reacted to her.
Yeah. So then I would be the first around, I think. I feel like I'm behind her.
Sure. You do that. With the 23, you can stealthily stick your head around. And you can see a chamber. It is circular, the ceiling is low, and there are 4 slightly curved pillars that appear to have grown rather than been made, that reach from floor to ceiling. They seem made of ossified bone.
What bone?
But, sorry? Ossified, very old bone. Like what happens to bone after a lot of time. But have the look of beetle carapace. Anybody who plays Warhammer 40,000 think Tyranids.
Oh, interesting.
And there is a sort of plinth in the center of them, a low plinth, upon which rests a nondescript wooden chest, about the size of a shoebox. It's entirely too small for the room. It's dwarfed by the plinth it's on and the area around it. Within the area within the pillars is emitting the cold blue glow. Standing within the bounds of the pillars are 4 skeletons. A servant, a large raptor, a corvum, and a 4th that you, Volos, may not recognize. It does have a tail, and not a feather tail. It's a mammalian tail. Actually, given that it's you, it's an Ellerin. You know what loads of people's skeletons look like, I feel. This is an Illurian. A catfolk.
Yeah.
All 4 are wearing armor, which gleams faintly in the light, and are armed with elegant matching long swords. Ooh. And yeah, that is what you see.
Okay. I will mentally command Bonnie to stay. Is this the entrance to the room? How far is the entrance to the room from that corner?
About 10 feet in, you get to the entrance proper. Okay. So there's about 10 foot of corridor, and then you get to the wide circular room.
Okay, I'm going to get Bonnie to stay there. I'm going to come back around the corner and find Catherine and say, "Hey, Catherine, this maybe is the time to do the things that you do, huh?"
Oh, you want me to set the room on fire?
Wait, what is up ahead? What do we...
There are 4 intimidating-looking skeletons and a chest which looks a bit strange.
Sure, are they upright skeletons? Or are they dead?
No, they are standing and well-armed and armored.
Okay, quick question. Will setting the entire room on fire damage the Soulforge?
Right. You said there's a chest. It's made of wood, right?
This is true, but I don't know. First of all, the chest does not look like a Soulforge to me, and if it is a Soulforge, then I would think that something more than a little fireball would be required to do damage to it. Is what I am thinking.
Now you just make it sound like a challenge.
Go do it. Do the fire.
All right.
If anything
Everybody ready?
happens, we'll kill it.
So just to be clear, I'm coming back around the corner and basically getting Catherine to go out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I will leap out into the corridor and cast Fireball at the 4 figures.
You do that. I love it. Cast Fireball.
We didn't ask how big the room was.
I said I cast Fireball.
It is a 40-foot wide room. 33 points of damage.
Yes.
Perfect fit.
Let me just check.
So it's a 20-foot radius, so as long as they're all within 20 feet of each other, they all
Yeah.
they all get torched.
Yes. Yep, cool. Yeah, you do that. Catherine, make me a perception check. 33,
I
damn.
just doomed us all.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't your idea.
It was all your fault.
18.
Catherine, you launch this fireball. Can you describe where it comes from, what it looks like, and how it proceeds? Like, what happens? Do you summon it from the sky? Does it launch from your hands?
It launches from the tips of my fingers, I suppose, my wingtips.
Very well, Catherine.
And I have, I think she has a crystal arcane focus, so that would like pulse with firelight, and then fire would shoot from the tips of my fingers. And
I love it, Catherine. Yeah, this happens, and about 4 feet shy of the nearest 2 skeletons, the fire just scorches against this blue-white light. Which seems to shimmer a little bit. Catherine, can you make me a nature check?
Nine.
You hear, Catherine, the... Come on. There it is, yes. They all 4 of the skeletons turn to look at you, Catherine.
Oh, no.
And simultaneously, all 4 mouths begin to speak. Ah, you have come, finally, to claim us.
Yes.
Did they say something?
You can all hear it. It is
Yes.
quite loud.
We have come to claim.
So I run past you, Catherine, stand in front of him, it's like, yes.
Do you
Claiming.
enter the blue light?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh no!
Bye, Javier.
Javier, you reach the blue light. Can you make me a perception check? (23) Javier. Oh, yeah. Javier, you, from your experiences above, you stop yourself just before you get there. This is not light. This is a creature.
Oh.
This is a softly glowing gelatinous cube.
I love it.
Yes.
And you nearly walked right into it.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
It was a pretty high perception check, but 23 gets it.
Oh my god.
So lucky.
And it is around the box. What's interesting is that it appears to be talking to you through the mouth of the box or the cube. The skeletons are in the cube.
Well, can I do something?
Yeah, it sees you, and you hear in your mind only, "We have what you seek. Come,
So
claim
say
it."
good and then like punch it and twist my palm and kind of spread my fingers out as hard as I can, looking like into the eyes of whatever I am. I cast inflict wounds at level 3.
Ooh. Yeah. 20 necrotic. Oh.
Well, I think have your sword.
Oh, 20 to hit. 35 necrotic. Javier, make me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. Javier, you notice the box begins to glow a faint, like, not a light so much as you can see the energy that you just pumped into this ooze get sucked in by the box. Volos, you hear in your mind, "You wish to know what lies beyond? We can show you. Simply reach for the forge and see your daughter again." Vesna, in your mind you hear the words, "You seek to be reunited with your forebears. This is within our power. Reach for the forge, and you will attain this unity." Catherine, you don't hear anything in your mind.
Well, when I hear that, can I ask, sir, can I read the fine print before I touch it?
Volus?
I am suspicious
You
that
think?
seeing my daughter means that I die.
Uh-huh.
Do I notice it happen? Anything like do I notice it like affect?
When you do that, it goes, "Thank you. Your offering is gratefully received."
Interesting.
Do I hear that?
Yes, you all hear that.
Now remember, everyone,
want more
necrotic
fire? I
damage
can
does
do
not
another
work
one.
against these things.
Yes, we've seen that before. Does the cube kind of like fully fill the room?
No, it is. So the room is about 40 feet around. The central 4 pillars are about 10 feet wide. The cube occupies the gaps between the pillars. That space.
Then
Uh-huh.
can I do
You can
something
fully
else?
circle it. Yes.
I say, flee, and I cast command at first level.
What? I mean, that's a good idea.
On the cube.
The cube.
All right. Interesting. I like that.
I'm gonna start
It's
shooting arrows at it as well.
It's a save.
It's a wisdom save. Yeah.
Yes. And I'm pretty. Let me just check.
Just as an aside, the trouble with giving the dog a lamb's ear to calm her down and is that now she's breathing lamb's ear breath all over me and it's disgusting.
12.
Your breath stinks, doesn't it? Your breath
12
stinks.
fails.
The ooze begins to flee. The ooze moves away from the Soulforge. It moves about 15 feet out, and all of a sudden, you guys can see this tall white cube maneuvers away. However, as it does so, the skeletons remain, but they are drenched in this ooze, and it would seem that they are connected to it by tendrils. And as it does so, they step away and fan out around you.
Catherine, another fireball. Let's go.
Am I going to hit Javier?
Wait, would these be undead?
You can make me another check on that death sense of yours, that Eyes of the Grave thing.
Yeah.
Can I hit them without hitting Javier?
Wait. They're right next to me. Surely not.
No is the short answer. They are all around him.
Yeah. So
As is the Soulforge in the middle, right next to him. Eyes of the Grave. It's just I tell you, don't I? No.
Yeah. Oh.
This ooze is an ooze. It's doing some very un-oozy stuff, but it's not undead. In fact, even the Soulforge is not undead. There is not an undead creature near you except for Volos's Bonnie.
I just kind of look at Bonnie as it glows and I'm like, ooh, it's Christmas.
But yes, Javier, the cube, the cube has retreated.
Spirit guardians.
Oh, okay. The box is now revealed. You can.
Oh wait, it's the box is revealed. Oh,
Yeah. You've moved. It's moved off the box.
Yeah, straight up. Box.
You grab the box.
Taking it.
Javier, a wisdom save, please.
Oh, you got those.
Oh yeah, he's a cleric. He should be fine. Should be fine. Should be fine.
Ooh, oh no.
Oh no, Javier.
Inspiration.
You
Can
do
you
actually.
maybe
Everybody
roll?
has inspiration.
What inspiration is just roll?
It just you get an advantage.
Ooh, not that much.
Now's a
better.
good time.
15 is sufficient. Just 15 is what you needed. Javier, you feel the leeching tendrils of necrotic energy in this thing, but you manage to resist it as you pick it up off the plinth. As you do so, the ooze and the creatures and the skeletons within it rush back towards you. They charge you rapidly, and all of them... Volos, you shoot them. Volos, make me a couple of attack rolls. Catherine, Vesna...
Bonus
Do you-
action, form of dread to make them scared.
Very well.
Try to chop one of the links between them.
Yeah, you do all of these things.
Dirty
20,
on mine.
yes.
I just fit in like a quick unlimited power.
And he dies, yeah.
Catherine, anything?
Catherine's like, I can't cast Fireball if you're all casted together.
What are you shooting, Volos? The ooze or the skellies?
Do I think that the skeletons are a part of the ooze?
Probably.
Then I'm gonna shoot at the ooze.
Very well. In which case, both hit.
Should we do initiative, or we're not worried?
This is all sort of very much simultaneously. I'm giving it basically it's readied actions. Like I assumed you were all like on edge, ready to do one thing. So Vesna makes an attack roll against the
tendril.
The tendril. In which case a 9 hits.
Sweet.
Yeah. How much damage did you do, Volos?
20 total.
20.
And it makes 2 wisdom saves.
It's only one. You're getting. It's a reaction essentially. This is like a readied action. So the 13. But it will make a wisdom save. It nat 20's it.
God.
I'm doing quite well with those. And Vesna does a further 6. Catherine, do you do anything?
Well, I can't cast Fireball, which is
that's
what I
fine.
had ready to go because
All
they're
of
all
these,
like.
these 4 skeletons and this ooze all reach Javier, but they don't reach for Javier. They reach for the box.
Ooh.
And the ooze just sloops in. That's a new word for you, everybody. Sloops. It's the noise that a large amount of goo makes when it transposes itself inside a shoebox made of wood. The skeletons all reach out and touch the box simultaneously, and Javier, you are just pelted with bones as they all lose cohesion and just collapse. And all the animating energy of both the ooze and all 4 skeletons just disappears, is sucked into this box. That was resisting that wisdom save. Otherwise, it would have been you. Well played, Daria, on the whole inspiration thing. Yes. Javier, you now have a fully charged Soulforge.
Oh my God, you got it.
You guys got it.
And the enemies have just been sucked in and they're no longer there.
Yes.
Nice.
Can I do an Arcana check on this box?
Suck.
Get away from my box.
Trust me, I don't want to touch it.
I actually like prevent you from getting me the box. I'm not
Okay.
kidding.
Oh, I was just going to examine it, but you know, if you're going to be possessive about it.
Possessive, you say?
I'm not going to take it from you. I just want to do a check on it.
Yes, I completely understand, but get the fuck away from it a second. And what am I looking at? Like, what is? So this is a.
It is a plain wooden box, a chest. It has it's square-sized rectangular thing about the size of a shoebox. The lid is hinged. Yep, I approve completely. It's wooden, made of a lighter wood, not quite a pine, probably more of a beech or yeah.
Corsair's
Ash,
Code, now
maybe?
sponsored by Hush Puppies.
Yeah. Actually, it's not Jarrah, it's more Blackwood. Oh, Tassie Blackwood. That's a fairly good. Yeah. There you go.
Look, I think that we should not do anything with this box at all and just get it back to Madame Nightseed as soon as possible and leave the dangerous, spooky necromancy shit to her, huh?
Wait, would it be a fair assumption that this box has been causing the weird ass necromancy shit?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Great.
100%.
Look, there is a chance that the weird necromancy shit is going to follow that around, so maybe continue to be on guard.
I wonder if it is not worth us moving through the night and not resting.
How do we know that this works?
We don't, and we're not gonna check before we get to the teacher, okay?
Do you think that this is the Nightforge, the Soulforge?
Javier, you know it's the Soulforge.
I know.
Smell it.
He knows it's a Soulforge. He's just like.
Can I try and do a sneaky arcana check? Like a stealth?
You can
arcana
do from
check?
one from range. You are inherently magical. Yeah, you can. Not touching it, you would be able to. It's the distance doesn't really matter.
I would like to do a check too, but on Javier, of whether this is
possessed.
just him being
Deeply
shady and possessive, or whether
Yeah.
this is some kind of interference.
Very well.
Can I join on that? He looks sus.
You can both make insight checks.
He's got an evil glint in
I
his
don't
eye.
know what Lux is doing, so you know. Catherine, what are you trying to determine? Because 22 is
Basically-
excellent, but what are you trying to determine?
I've decided this is definitely the Soulforge, but basically I'm trying to work out if it has any, basically, is it going to do anything without being explicitly told to do anything?
Catherine, you know it's been doing things without being explicitly told to do them for ages.
Okay.
The whole ooze thing, you can feel like you observe this thing and you feel like it's observing you.
Anyone else feel like that box is staring at them?
And you all do. Catherine, you are actually the least affected by this. Because...
No, I feel fine.
Yeah, Vesna, you feel like this thing is watching you. Volos, you feel like this thing knows you. Javier, you feel like this thing wants you to take it away and be its best friend forever. It knows it's going to show you how to do all the things you want to do.
Yes, you are.
With my 18, do I understand that Havier just completely gone batshit crazy, like my precious type of crazy?
I
Like,
think
what
we
the-
should probably head back. What do you think?
Okay,
I think so.
but you keep an eye on that thing. I don't want it doing anything without us knowing about it. I don't trust it.
We do not know if it is dangerous to living people. Perhaps this may not work, but would you feel comfortable giving it to Bonnie to
No.
hold?
Javier... no, actually, Volos, given what you know of this thing, that actually might not be a good idea at all.
So you want the bunny to add to the collection? Okay.
Well, partially that, but also, hey, small town creepy. Sus as fuck. Hell yes. Yes. Yeah. You know that this thing can couple souls and bodies, and you are giving it a soulless body. Not a very good one, but you never know. This thing is doing weird shit. It genuinely doesn't strike you as a particularly good idea.
Yeah, okay. Scratch that.
Can I like try to psychically communicate with the box?
You can.
Do you want to do that?
You can. I'll let your Arcana of 22 come through. It's looking at you.
So what do I watch? Yeah. So what do I see if I see this person? What am I doing? What's happening?
If you see Catherine like squinting at the box, that's probably all you'd see.
I'd probably like put the box in my bag, walk up to you, and I'm like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
I was staring at the box.
And I'm like, "What? I'm gonna insight you check that shit."
Yeah. She was
Yeah, right.
staring at the box.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to deceive you. I literally was staring at the box.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Javier's just
You
entered,
can
so-
probably try to figure out, like, it can talk to you in your mind. Javier, not a bad leap of logic that it can also talk to other people in their minds.
He's just become Javier paranoid.
Yeah, sure.
I will gently touch Javier's elbow and say, hold on. No one is taking your box away from you. Okay? Keep it in your purse. Okay? Everything's gonna be fine. But please,
It's a man bag. It's functional.
sure, it's a man bag.
Keep it in
It's
the
a
man
satchel.
bag.
Yes. But please don't do anything with it until we get to the professor, okay? Because
Are you
it
my
is fully
fucking
charged.
mother? Who are you?
No, I'm not your mother, but I do have another fully charged object, which is my great axe. So if you're gonna start acting weird, it will connect with your face, okay?
I apologize, small town creepy. I don't know if that's
Fucking
just
try
you.
it.
Oh
I
no.
will not try it until you make me. So don't, okay? Just be chill with the box.
Sounds
And
like
if you're not
bitch
going to be
talk.
chill, I may also set you on fire. Yeah.
Let's go. We need to go. Okay, let's get this
we
thing back,
should
huh?
go.
Yes, let's leave before people make the wrong choice. Eh?
Ooh, I'm so tempted to fuck him up.
I almost want to leave it here.
it's like a very interesting place.
What I will say is that on our journey back, Volos will not sleep. And
No.
will keep his eyes on Javier and the forge the entire time.
You guys get about 3 hours out from there.
And then we all die.
And then, Javier, you get a sending from Professor Nightseed. Do you pick up the call?
I have to. There's no such thing. You can't decline. Yeah. Like, I guess.
Do you want to accept a collect call? Gelder Knights.
It's my mum. It's my mum.
Oh, it's his mum. Pass the weed.
Well, how are you going?
Yes. So,
Did you find it?
yes, we found it.
How are the others?
Catherine is squinting at him.
Yes, well, indeed. I thought Vesna would be stronger, you know.
Oh, you're supposed to be getting along.
I'm getting on swimmingly. I've only killed half of them.
Good. So, have you found the box?
I'm holding it in my hands.
Excellent. Has it talked to you yet?
It talked to me before I even saw it.
Yes. Well,
It has a jelly cube inside it. Like a Sago, like Sago, like bubble tea. It's got like jelly in it.
Ah,
It's a jelly-filled cube now. I mean, box.
I see. Interesting. Well, then it might have some charge.
Do you
Well-
think I should use it?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Should I use it?
How many spell slots is she using on these sending spells? It's insane.
So many.
No, it's literally a mobile phone. We've just got it.
Oh no, I forgot. Yeah, sending isn't message.
No, sending is like one message and then one
Yeah.
receive.
Yeah.
No, I'm here for it.
Basically, yeah.
Thamiel isn't here to call you out on.
Yeah, no, Thamiel's not here to correct me on my law. Yeah, basically, she calls you up. She's like, "Hey, have you got it? Good.
I was like, yes, I've got it. We're on our way back.
I will meet you at the borders of the mock fields." And yeah, it's been 25 words yet.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of spell slots. Yeah,
Please insert one spell slot for another 25 words.
So yeah, you move through the night. You get there. It's actually really. You travel quite quickly. Every living thing is avoiding you. Nothing.
Which is natural for Javier, knowing him.
Yeah, I mean fair. Yeah.
And for me, probably.
So. Yeah, standing on the road where you left the road is the carriage that brought Havier and Catherine up, and in front of it is the professor. She smiles and says, "Well, let me see it then." She
Like
goes,
50 paces away, yeah?
yeah. She's probably about 10 feet away from you, Javier. But she would say, yes. And you can see her sort of shake her head off it.
A little bit of slime coming out of one corner.
Yeah, get that
says-
Jumanji out of here. Fuck off
Right.
with this. So creepy.
Yeah, she says, well, Catherine, we shall let you know how this turns out.
Oh, please do. I have many, many questions.
Catherine, she passes you a pouch of gold. She says, Javier, this will take some time. You can return to your friends, or you can come with me. I believe it will take time to master this. This is a force that could change the world, my friend. And I think it is upon us to ensure it is changed correctly. Will you come with me?
Well, all I know is looking into death. Volos. I can do the things that you do, but I just... It is wrong. Bringing something back from the dead like that, it's a disrespect. I'm sorry, but I need something real. I'm coming with you.
She arcs an eyebrow at Volos and Vesna. You two would be welcome as well.
I'm coming.
Well, if Olis is coming, then I guess I'm coming too.
I have a.
God.
I know you're happy, don't it, in front?
Don't worry, I won't be around to make her bigger than you.
Don't need help
Yeah.
with that. I can do it by myself.
Yeah, she's got the fully loaded axe.
Can I squint at the box and have one last attempt to kind of
Yes, you may.
talk to it?
Yes, what do you say?
I flick her in the...
It feels so
No.
left out by
No,
this.
Catherine, what do you say?
You beg I have a feeling we'll be meeting again.
Perhaps when I have something I can offer you.
It fascinates me that it doesn't have anything to offer me yet. It doesn't have my measure. I love it.
Or when you have something you can offer me.
Intriguing.
Catherine, this is the first time it has used a different pronoun.
Ooh.
It has referred to itself as we until now. So, I think we will leave it there.
Sus.
It has been a long sesh.
I cast Fireball.
Catherine's like, no, hard pass. Boom.
Burn it with fire! Burn it with fire! Burn it with fire!
Catherine would not have been wrong to do so. This thing is so deeply evil. And you guys,
Literally
did nearly
next
kill it.
day, we fucking die. Havier just kills everyone and goes off to the sunset with a box.
The corpse of a peacock, a deer, and a fox with some real weird eyes turn up on the edge of the mock fields a couple of miles north of where Catherine last saw them, next to an empty carriage, because you all pile into the carriage and Gilda Nightseed takes you off on an adventure to explore the mystery of the soul.
Or we all go like, a team, are we in? Yeah, we're in. Hands in together.
Well, ladies and gents, I hope we can. I hope, Lux, that was a decent end to Javier's story for the now. I hope so, because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Lux will not be able to be joining us for the next while. So this was a little bit of a send-off for Havier. We hope to see him back again at some point soon. But for the now, sadly, he will not be joining us. But guys,
Eric is going to be waiting because he was promised I'll be back soon.
yeah,
That's true,
Yeah.
I did.
Eric just slowly gets more and more like just.
All
you
of
know.
my friends are abandoning me. You won't
unfortunately-
abandon me,
that's so sad.
will you, Cash?
And Kesh is just patting him on the knee, going,
no,
"Yeah."
no.
You know what happens to people who try to abandon me?
Still no moose and goose. Yeah.
Maybe you could write an apology letter to my friend Tree. She's very upset.
Yeah. So, guys, I think we should give Lux our final favorite moments. He was only here for an hour or so, but I think it's more than enough time to have come up with some favorite moments for Javier. Who wants to
Well,
go
first of all, Lux looks great.
Yes.
I said this to them off air, but look fantastic.
Stylish.
But it was a nice little comment of I thought Vesna would be stronger.
The gall, the audacity.
Yeah. I really
But yeah,
enjoyed the pissing contest.
everything from grabbing the box onwards, including having the balls to grab the box itself.
I think
it's very
he's
cool.
is very much in the mindset of like you guys were all kind of just there, but as soon as the box was like within his grasp, it's like tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Does not matter. Like, yeah. So, like, kill this thing in the way. Not leaving? Fucking leave. Get the box. Yeah. So that just turned out well.
That was-
I really loved the talk with the professor through the phone. Yes, there. I killed half of them. Whatever. It's so funny.
Oh, I'm gonna miss the Javier something fierce. I'm here for this ass. Just like Catherine just squints at the box. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Get away.
How dare you look at this box?
How dare you look at my box? It's my box now. You can't
He's
even look.
very private about his box.
This box full of goo.
Like the fish with the bubbler in Finding Nemo.
My bubbles. I think my favorite Lux moments was because despite the fact that I had sort of teed Lux up a little bit about what was coming, you still took me completely by surprise with quite how weird and possessive Javier was over the box. I was just like, damn. I really kind of wanted you to walk into the gelatinous cube. It wouldn't have killed you, but it would have been very unpleasant.
that
I was just like, it
would
was
have
funny.
Thank you. No, honestly, because I missed the part. You said it was a blue light, and I was like, oh, cool. But that was that's one of my favorite moments. But continue on.
Surprise cube.
Yeah. Does anybody have any other favorite Lux moments? Lux, what was your favorite you moment?
I think I liked. I did like the banter between Vesna. Honestly, like for me, a lot of playing Dungeons and Dragons is the interactions between the characters, or at least like the moments that you can make doing something stupid with someone else. So that's really good. I liked how he stayed true to that. Like he was so in. Sorry, just still overarching over like just being able to come on board with these random people who are like on a mission, and I'm like laser focused on trying to get like this thing, because I've just spent ages trying to familiarize myself and be friendly with like these other people. So this is not the time to fraternize. This is like mission time. I'm here on a mission. So I liked that stay true. So even to the end, like being sassy is just his way of being like, don't make friends. Like, it can't be friends. They're bad people. They're evil.
I came here to get a Soulforge and talk smack.
I'll totally sacrifice them if I have to get that Soulforge.
100%.
Well, I felt like the three of us were all ready to jump on Havier if we needed to.
Yeah.
There was a moment there where it felt like the three of us like, do we beat him up and take the Soulforge?
Like, Isildur! Throw it into the fire!
Yes.
Isildur!
Kind of like that. But honestly though, it was so funny. I think, to be honest, through this like adventure of figuring it out, we'll probably all become friends. Like I would imagine then for sure with time he would not stand a chance.
He can't resist Vesna's charms forever. The pastoral goth will win him over.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Pretty much.
Speaking of Vesna, shall we have some favorite Dario moments? Guys, chat, if you have favorite moments, please chuck them up. Dario, what was your favorite you moment?
Let's think. I mean, I liked that I thought of bringing my shaker in as a prop. I liked it.
I missed that. I love it. Yeah.
Grandma, yeah.
Yes,
But
Grandma
yeah,
was great.
Overall, I like playing Vesna because she's like creepy and bubbly at the same time. It's kind of fun.
It's sweet.
Was it the uncle? The
Colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, wow, that's not a thing, but okay.
Lux, can you tell me what were you like trying to get out of that conversation? Because I was like, oh.
You ever heard of a sausage down a hallway?
Yeah.
It's a sexual reference.
Yeah.
A moist corridor. Yeah.
Yeah, full of sludge.
Yeah, Omi's favorite moment,
that-
just pushing the door with one finger with total eye contact with Javier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Also-
it was super easy.
Also, talking about a moist cabin, is that how Javier flirts? Because if that's so, that's fucked up.
No. He's trying to
No
he's trying to
bitches.
talk shit.
No, this
He's
is how
like,
Lux flirts.
Oh no.
yeah, Daria.
Can't
He's like,
resist it.
but he was trying to talk shit. He's like, yeah, like a moist hallway. Sound familiar?
Vesna.
Big one, yeah.
It was a little weird, which is
She's
on
so
brand.
huge.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're like, I don't get it. And I'm like, I'm hilarious.
Me and my box think I'm very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
Just-
voices
you
in my
just
head
see-
say I'm quite funny.
Just
Me and
see
my
how
jelly box.
Javier just sitting eating breakfast and just the box is next to him. He's just slowly chewing his bacon. Just like, no one look at the box. If you look at the box.
Every now and
Giving
again,
a
he just
spoon of cereal
puts,
to the box.
Yeah, he just puts bacon in the box every now and again.
Undead bacon.
It absorbs the necrotic energy of the dead pig.
I think
Oh.
my favorite Daria moment would be the asking about what you chose to use to figure out why everything had died. You got into your character's head really well. I really enjoyed that. Sort of how would I approach this? And I really enjoyed that about the way you played this evening. It was also really fun to see you play something very different. Play the meat shield and played it very well. Being prepared to take was like, I'm a disadvantage. Fuck it, boom. Yeah, love it. It was great. Any others?
I loved kind of Vesna's almost protectiveness. She just decided she was going to protect them from the weird slime monsters. I respected the hell out of it. She's like, I'm going to get between you and the slime. Stand back.
Do my tanky business. Let's go.
Yeah.
The more that I play with Daria, the more that I'm convinced that most of her English is just learnt from memes.
Yeah.
Don't put me on blast like that, okay? That you have to prove that first. I don't think that you have the evidence.
Proof is
I mean, I feel like
using the
pudding.
I feel like we have
using
a
the
3.5
phrase
hour
on blast.
pod.
Yeah.
But so
is that you praising me or is that you criticizing me? You
Yes.
But I liked you leading to us coining the phrase bonking and buffing.
Yes.
But I also really liked your phrase of, my axe is fully loaded too.
Yes.
That was great.
Solid. That was solid. Yes, I liked. It's not my favorite DM moment, but I really did enjoy getting to say to you. So, Daria, just to be sure, because I'm pretty confident you know this, but bonking is an English euphemism. You're like, no, I know. I'm like, good. Thought you did. Just checking. If you're making a funny joke, I want you to be doing it deliberately. Yeah. All right, let's talk about Karen.
I will not be caught dead making a funny joke, okay? All of my jokes are unfunny on principle.
Karen, favorite you moments?
I loved realizing that Vesna had put herself between me and the danger, and then making her like twice her size.
Yeah.
Like, right. Well, she's acting as a severed shield, so better make it a big one.
Fireball.
Yes. Always the fireball.
Always the fireball.
I did like the enlarging of the. My note was enlarging Vesna was pretty poggy, but the way that Volas ended up seeing Catherine was basically as a cannon to be like, okay, here you are, fireball now.
That one there. Yep.
It's like that. I want it to be on fire. If you could just thumb.
To follow on from that, my favorite Catherine would be the description of how the fireball.
The rabbits just came inside.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we have a rabbit on deck.
Fireball at will.
But yes, I agree.
Hey,
Josh,
Ganny.
the description of it coming from the tip of the wings was good.
Has Lux gone to get a bunny too?
I hope so.
Hey, Kim. Look how cute she is.
Tori doesn't know how the door works, but Guinea's very
He does.
good at
He just chooses not to because he currently hates me for some reason. I'm not sure why.
it. Oh, Gillet. That's my bunny.
Yeah, your bunny's a good bunny at the moment.
Yeah. Are you being
What
left
I
out?
really liked about Catherine is that she really, really wanted to talk to the box because everyone talked to the box. So the box
I felt left out. I wanted
She didn't
to
know that the other people talked to the box, in fairness.
Hello.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
God, so little.
So cute. What are the names? Give me the names.
We've got Clover and Hazel.
What is she down? I'm with you. Oh, look at them. Oh, they're so precious.
More bunny.
I want all the rabbits.
Anybody else have favorite Catherine moments? Or shall we move to Volos? Great, let's move to Volos. All right.
The MVP.
Yes, very much the MVP. Yeah. Magic damage for the win. I'm gonna get in first and say Bonnie. Oh
my god.
Oh.
Dying.
Dying.
Sorry.
what a
You talk.
I enjoy Bonnie. Naming her, the way you used her, very tactical, very clever. I really liked, it never occurred to me to use them that defensively, but it was a nice way to utilize them. And obviously, just Operation Human Shield. Like, it was like, off you go, on. Oh, it exploded, never mind. Yeah.
I prepared a couple of summon spells as well. Summon Undead and summon Shadow Spawn, which one of them I used last session for that exact purpose of being like, okay, you stand between me and the enemy and attack it, and I will stand over here and I'll keep shooting it.
Yeah.
And that was what I was about to do with the big gooey box, and then didn't have to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite self moment is probably not being touched in that combat. I had 48 hit points and 10 temporary hit points and used none of them and no spell slots.
Strong tactics throughout the party, to be honest. It was a well done fight. If Catherine
it was
had
such a
been
good fight. I was there for all of it.
You did a great job. You nailed
very
it.
good.
Yeah. But speaking of Wallace, I think he's definitely the brains of the party in this little group. All the tactics come from Wallace. We're just there to do the damage, and that's it.
Yeah. Oh, so many bunnies. Sorry, I'm really distracted.
Lux, any favorite Brenda moments?
Absolutely. Bunnies.
Bonos.
Yeah, I'll speak from the voice of Hazel. Yeah, so
Bean.
no, I did enjoy like the continuous French accent.
Continuous, flawless.
It was absolutely flawless. That is F2. Oh, that is a cable. Please don't.
Don't do that.
That is
Spicy hate.
No, it was very enjoyable hearing you try that accent, and no, I did enjoy your actual sense of tactics, because most of the time I was just like fucking around, and you were just like, no, I'm gonna actually make a go of this, and so I was like, oh, that's appreciated. At least someone in the party cares.
I do have another, actually. It occurred to me I really enjoyed your the offer of, I could ask one of the people who owns the building, and I was like, I'm up for this. It's a little late, but I'm up for this. Like, fuck it, let's do it. But
I'm
yeah,
dead.
it was also Andy. Yeah, there's enough of them. Yeah, there's a face. I'm sure you could get something out of one of them. Alrighty, well, we
Debate about whether a beak and a few bones was enough to talk to someone.
I mean, you were saying that an amalgamation of the bones would work for Animate Dead, so why not an amalgamation of bones for Speak with Dead?
I think it's different. Anyway, we need to go away because we've been going for ages, so we shall...
Any favourite DM moments? Anyone?
Trying to sneak
Say
away
goodbye.
every time. What is this?
I liked the description of the Soulforge and it speaking to us. It was very cool.
Yeah. Oh,
the surprise gelatinous cube.
Yeah.
But I really liked another moment as well, where you described how as soon as we kill the last one, like everything goes real quiet. That was so creepy.
It was
We were
eerie.
like, what's going on?
If anything, I'm going to be proud of that for a different moment because I made that up on the fly. It occurred to me, I was like, that's cool.
I still don't get how mosquitoes are died because of it. Like, oops, all necrotic energy is done, and because we know that mosquitoes are necrotic spawn.
No, it sucked all the life out of everything. Anything small, it just...
Yeah, that's all right. And Vesna's humor dried right up.
Wow. Wow, we're still going, huh? Okay.
Catherine, do keep track of what you've got as well, because...
Yes, I have a scroll of healing.
Greater healing word, a mass healing word.
I gotta say, I did, I kind of, oh god, I forgot what I'm saying.
Omi loves the fact that Josh keeps rolling nat ones and stealth for getting out of favorite moments. Plus his use of all the dead insects and the Soulforge voice. Thank you. Yeah.
I do kind of like that at the end. You kind of like, yeah, thanks, Catherine. I'll keep you posted. And Catherine's like, oh, excellent. You correctly interpreted that I don't want to be anywhere near this fucking thing while you're messing about with it. You tell me how it goes later.
Yeah, she also is aware that this is not your speciality. She put you along to be explosions and maybe brains. Maybe.
Maybe.
The voice of rabbits. Cool. Alrighty.
That's what they wrote.
Yes, secret gelatinous cube. I will actually credit Castellum there, because that one was borrowed from him. I modified it heavily, but yeah, that was it happened to us very early on, Karen. I don't know if you remember in Derby Dragon.
Yes, I blew it up with a horn of gunpowder.
Yes, I put my hand in it through a portal without knowing what was on the other side of the portal. My hand went through and it burnt. Came back, I was like, ow. Okay, don't go through that portal. And then about 2 sessions later, we found the other end of the portal, and it was a cube that was just sitting on the portal. I was like, that's neat. You fucker. That's very neat.
I like that.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Well,
so I threw a horn of gunpowder at it, which it ate, and then
we exploded it.
Then the bard set it on fire and exploded. And I got inspiration for that.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
And so we started pelting it with horns of gunpowder.
It's like, we've got gunpowder.
We've
Don't
all got
have a
more.
slide. Set it on fire. More boom boom.
All right.
I mean,
Well,
I've made it clear how much I like oozes, so I really liked when you revealed it. I was like,
yeah. What was cool, I really like that thing was, it was a possessed ooze that was controlling the 4 skeletons. So had you fought them, the skeletons would have been its attacks.
And I told it to run away.
Yeah. Yeah. And they all went whoop. Yeah.
That
it
was
a
actually quite smart. Like,
power move.
yeah, that was good.
Poggy.
Oh, yeah, Poggy. And I will pat myself on the back, remembering your inspiration, because otherwise, Havier would be donezo.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that. That was great.
What, like, are we allowed to know what Havier would have experienced had he been sucked into the Soulforge?
Nah, it wouldn't have really happened. Something else. I don't know. I'm not letting you look behind the screen. Damn you or tell me off. All right.
I was like, this is an interesting way to write out Javier.
Either kill him, or if he makes the wisdom save,
Gets to live.
he's very good at them, though. Look at that.
Our party would have to make a interplanar trip to the death plane.
No, you're not going around. All right. Yeah, and he gets disappeared with the box. So we are going to go away from here now because it's late, and I believe Lux has work tomorrow morning.
No, I don't. It's the Good Friday.
Public holiday.
Okay.
Another
I didn't have to
12
go to
hours,
work either.
let's go!
Let's keep going. I don't know why I was rushing. All right. Well, we'll go away anyway because we've been going for nearly 4 hours. So, firstly, I'd like to thank Serum, and then I'll thank Karen. No, Serum's a legend, and he does some great work on the channel, and we appreciate the heck out of what he does.
Serum.
Karen as well for all of her love and support, and she's been working really hard too. And also, special thanks to Lux for all of your amazing work on Havier for the last few months. We've loved him. He's the sassiest boy, and we love him.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, we are saddened, and we hope to see you back.
Yeah.
And now you've got like a party that you could have adventures with.
Fuck yeah. And I can like have undead things and be sassy instead of having to be nice all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Javier saying to Bolos, I don't like what you do. I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
bitch, excuse me?
Yeah. I was like, wow,
Yeah, I'm like
You're so much better than me.
like peasant. You with your ragged bones animated. And I'm like, fuck off. I want the real thing.
I also like to thank our audience. You guys have been great. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Good to see you, Chaotic Platypus. Thanks, Omi. Small Town Creepy, I have a question to answer. I can't remember when Small Town Creepy asked it, but the question was asked, what do I use for notes when I run sessions? The answer is Microsoft Word. I'm afraid it's not any more complicated than that, but I made a note when I was watching a VOD Yeah, I just because you can make it small and occupy half of the main screen, so I can just read without actually needing to look away from the camera. Now, if you've enjoyed, please chuck us a follow. Check out our socials and our YouTube. I'll put all the links. The YouTube is pretty much up to date. It's the one and the other.
It is.
And
I saw that the Mano a Mano videos had been uploaded within the last 24 hours.
Yep.
Adventures of Beryl.
All 4 current Mano a Mano are up, as in the 2 adventures and the 2 figuring out what she is and looks like. And yes, this Monday coming, Karen will be DMing. And I will be playing Dolly Parton. Which is
It
going
might
to
go
be
terribly, guys.
Jolene.
Exactly. Well, actually, I've been watching the Small Town Creepies channel, and so my Beryl voice is going to be an imitation, my best imitation of Small Town Creepy, because Small Town Creepy is from Appalachia, which is what we're sort of basing Beryl on a bit. So yeah, that's going to be what happens on Monday. I'll be on Phoenix Iwaki tomorrow night for the final episode of Deadlands Coffin Rock, which is very exciting. But other than that, guys, tell me who the heck you are. Lux, you weren't here for the beginning, so Lux, who the heck are you?
I am Lux Towns. Now, I work at a bank. What a very exciting job I have. It's fantastic. You get to have all sorts of conversations about people resetting their passwords on their online banking. It's fantastic. But most of all, I am a performer. I am an entertainer, and I regularly arrive late to things. So, you can check me out on my socials. You can check me out in person if you call the bank. But most of all, you'll see.
Hello, is this the bank?
I need to talk to Lux.
The bank TM.
Oh, Lux, yeah, no, come on, he's just around the
We
back.
know who he
He's
is.
been waiting for you. Yeah, so, no, I have been taking a hiatus for performing recently, but I will be back soon with something fresh and funky, so I hope to see you there.
Cool. Excellent. Daria, surname redacted. Who the heck are you?
Hey, I'm Daria. I am an artist. I do art stuff here sometimes for this channel and
Amazing
elsewhere. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. I post that sometimes, but also I play D&D on the Eldritch Scribe Twitch channel on Mondays, which is also pretty poggy. That's it.
That it is. You can see some of Daria's art right there.
Yay! Julio!
There he is. Julio. Karen, who the heck are you? What are you doing in my house?
I don't know.
This is awkward. Yeah, sorry, carry on.
That frames your head perfectly, Lux. I love it. Hi, I'm Karen. I'm a writer and performer. You can find me in the podcast There Be Dragons, which should have a new episode coming out soon, in which I do a bad Spanish accent for one of the NPCs. So
Oh, really?
enjoy. I say Spanish. It was getting a bit Transylvanian by the end, so we'll see how that turned out in the edit. That should be coming soon, but you can also follow my burlesque alter ego, Miss Lolamore, on Instagram. I will be performing in Spectacle de Vaudeville at the Theatre Royale at Planet Royale in Northbridge, Perth, Western Australia. If you're on my side of the world, you can check that out. It's not this Sunday, it's the Sunday after. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to do my watermelon act, so it's going to be fresh and fruity. And you can also follow me on Twitter, where I got an Australian political party to respond to one of my tweets, so I now feel like I have clout.
How does it compare to the Rattlesnake Kid's accent? The Rattlesnake Kid? I do not know, senor, but it is probably not quite as good, and I don't tend to go very Transylvanian with mine, so we shall see, eh? Brendan, who the absolute heck are you?
Well, I also do Spanish accents. This is what I was doing the whole time for Volos.
Oh, I see. That's awkward.
This is quite awkward for me, yeah?
What are you guys doing, eh? I'm Brendan. I'm an actor and director here in Perth. I'm directing a show at the moment called The Last Days of Judas Iscariot. It's going on at the Irish Club of WA in Subiaco, starting next Thursday to Sunday, and then a few days break, and then Thursday to Saturday. So if you're in Perth, come check it out. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's a little bit holy, a little bit unholy, a little bit funny, and a little bit sad. So
Like Havier.
I hope you like, yeah, like a lot like Javier. A lot like this party actually.
Yeah.
So
Holy, unholy, sad and funny. Is it
Yeah.
sassy?
yeah, yes, it is sassy. We have the Mother Teresa is a character in it. Sigmund Freud is a character in it. Jesus makes an appearance. Satan makes an appearance. Satan rips everyone a new asshole. It's definitely worth seeing.
I would argue that's more than an appearance.
Well, yeah, you definitely feel Satan's considerable presence.
See, I thought I knew the play that you were putting on, and now having heard that rundown, I'm like, I'm definitely thinking of something
Might
else.
not be different. Might be a different one.
I have a
Is
suspicion
not
that it's
to-
not PG-13.
Oh no! It is not to be confused with Jesus Christ Superstar. That's a very different show.
Easily confused, though I'm sure.
Yeah. And Madame and Monsieur, Dharma under Heron and Beings of Indeterminate Gender and Persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D with my lady wife Karen and General Silliness. I am also a podcaster, puppeteer. I do live performance sometimes. If you want to see me in person, though you won't know it, I'm at the Mullaloo Shops on Saturday, being the Easter Bunny, because I'm a professional actor.
You'll be able to spot him because I'll be there, and
Yeah,
I don't
Karen-
have to wear giant rabbit heads. So
Yeah, I do. What else? am
it's
I
very
doing?
sweaty in there. The Easter bunny smells like
so
sweat.
Horrible. So horrible inside.
Where's the real Easter Bunny? Why are you there?
He's delicious. The real Easter Bunny is sitting on Lux's desk right now. Can't you tell? There they are. What else do I do?
We should do a one shot where we're all mythical, like holiday people.
Santa. Yeah.
Dibs the tooth fairy. Dibs the tooth fairy.
Yeah. Basically, the Easter Bunny handler. I need one because I can only see. I can't see anything below my nose because the head doesn't make that easy.
That is a
yes.
fantastic idea, though.
I will be over on Phoenix Wacky tomorrow night for Deadlands, the finale. I think it's the finale. I'm not sure. Phoenix can probably tell me whether or not I'm wrong. I will also be, fun and exciting news to announce, I will be DMing for Jasper's Game Week over on Ardent Roleplay, which is exciting. I'm also going to be playing a game with Robert Hartley, which is also very exciting for me. So yes, come over and check that out when the time is appropriate, which is not until May. But yeah, the other big thing we need to talk about is Ukraine. Because, as I'm sure you're aware, shit's gotten fucky over there too. And it is intended to be the finale. Yeah, we are very slow though. We did spend one whole session in a doctor's surgery talking about whether or not to kill said doctor, then asking him a bunch of questions and signally not killing him. So, yeah, Ukraine. It would be great if we could... anybody who has some spare pennies to donate over there, smash that link to the emergency action appeal. It is for Ukrainians fleeing violence. There are 8 million people who have been displaced by the war in Ukraine so far, and we have managed to come up with, when I say we, the emergency action appeal has managed to come up with over $3 million to help them, which is awesome work, and yeah, it would be great if we can continue to support that. Guys, we are gonna go away now because we've been streaming for a good old while. Do we have any suggestions on who to raid?
Hardway Jones is playing
Hardway
Elden
Jones is
Ring.
Playing Elden Ring. We could drop a raid on Hardway Jones. Let's do that. So guys, we're gonna go away now. Thank you so much for joining us. Smash those raid emotes. Please. Follow button if you haven't already. Tell Hardway where you came from. Give him your love, and we will see you again either Monday night for more Beryl or Thursday night for more Humblewood. Next week we will have Nikolai back, and we will be talking about Arthur and Julio. and what they got up to while the wedding was going on. So, guys, give the love to Hardway Jones. We shall see you soon. Say goodbye, everybody.
Happy Easter, everyone.
So long,
Bye.
little ones. Have a good one.